A reporter asked me, what's going to happen when you meet Smoking Joe? And I said, Joe's going to come out smoking, and I ain't going to be joking. I'll be pecking and a-poking, pouring water on his smoking. Then this might shock and amaze you, but I will destroy Joe Frazier. Some people say, you better watch Joe Frazier. He's awful strong. I said, tell him to try Van Roll-On. That's deodorant.
Come on, man.
And with the local DBC news, LL Cool J with a triumphant comeback. Morris but tonight,
don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years. I'm rocking my pants. What's up with the fear? Making the tears rain down like a monsoon. Listen to the bass go boom, explosive. Overpowering over the competition. I'm towering, wrecking shop. When I drop these lyrics that'll make you call the cops. Don't you dare stare. You better move. Don't ever compare me to the rest that'll all get sliced and diced. Competition's paying the price. I'm gonna knock you out. Mama said knock you out. I'm gonna knock you out. Mama said knock you out. I'm gonna knock you out. Mama said knock you out. I'm gonna knock you out. Mama said knock you out. Don't you call this a regular jam. I'm gonna rock this land. I'm gonna take this city bitty world by storm. And I'm just getting warm. Just like Muhammad Ali, they called them Cassis. Watch me bash this beat like a skull that you knew I had beef with. Why do you riff with me, the maniac psycho? And when I pull out my jam and get ready, cause it might go blow. How you like me now? The river will not allow you to get with Mr. Fifth, so crisp. Listen to my kid tip. I'm blasting, outlasting, kinda like Shaft, so you can say I'm shafting. Oh, English fill my mind, and I came up with a funky rhyme. I'm gonna knock you out. Mama said knock you out. I'm gonna knock you out. Mama said knock you out. I'm gonna knock you out. Mama said knock you out. I'm gonna knock you out. Mama said knock you out. Right down. Gangsta boogie, gangsta boogie, gangsta boogie, gangsta boogie, gangsta boogie,
It's the Ron and Fez show. Earl taking us old school today, Fez.
I believe so.
Little LL.
Little LL, Farmers Boulevard.
What is this, a comeback?
Don't even call it a comeback. He hates that. Fez, he just absolutely hates that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I had no idea.
What's the reason for this, Earl?
Happy birthday to the greatest of all time, Muhammad Ali.
All right, I gotta get something straight here with you, Earl. It's not the Happy the Clown show. Every day we cannot be recognizing a birthday, an anniversary. Let's try to move above that.
Earl thinks he's the Jumbotron at Yankee Stadium or something. He's just announcing things.
Yeah, it's we've got a lovely couple. They've been together for 50 years. It's just, Earl, just try to get back to being the old Earl, picking a good song every morning.
Or we can get you a jar of Smuckers and you can be Willard Scott.
When you tried to be independent for a couple of days, it completely threw you off. You now admit you know nothing about music after the year 1989, right?
I know plenty about music after 1989.
Don't make promises, Earl, because your ass can't fucking cash that check. We've been through this for weeks. If I went to every call right now bitching about the indie thing, it would take up the first 25 minutes of the show.
That check is good. You can cash that check at any bank. I'm good for anything regarding new music.
Earl, you are not. You've had the opportunity. You've let it drop by. It's not going to happen. Muni's gone, and so is your ability to get new records. That was the last record you got.
Face it, Earl, you stink.
I wasn't going that far.
Oh.
But I say I can only really count on him to 94. How you doing today, Fez Watley? It is the Ron and Fez show.
I'm doing pretty good today. Thank you, Ron Bennington.
I saw you today. You're out there. You're all dressed like a 4-year-old going out to play in the snow. Very layered today.
Yeah, lots of layers. I think it's like 20 degrees in New York City.
And were those mittens you were sporting in here, or there was some kind of Bucks mittens?
Yeah, I got my Buccaneer mittens on.
Yeah.
With the Tampa Bay Buccaneers logo on them.
I don't know. I think mittens, the oldest you can go with that is 5. I'm not sure exactly.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I'm cold. The hands go first on me when it's freezing. Some people need a scarf or a hat.
Right.
I would need gloves, I think, before I need a jacket for some reason.
Yeah, you just get a little chilly there, huh?
Just in the hands. It's very odd.
Well, not for the elderly. They say that those people, they start to lose fingers after a while. Supposedly, our new guy's coming in today, right? He's not here yet?
No, he's not here yet, but will be arriving shortly.
Fez, you talked to him by phone. You agree with him? Wiki agrees? Elo agrees?
Everybody agrees on a new producer for this show, so I think he's filling out paperwork today.
So many people wrote to me about the Eastside Dave farewell yesterday. You got to give him all the credit in the world. He went out like a He-Man. Like the He-Man that he was for a year. You know, we busted his balls a little bit, but good guy.
It was nice that he came in and got to say his goodbyes to everybody. I thought that was kind of cool of him. A lot of people, would just walk away all pissed and everything.
Right, Harry. But this guy, he stood up, he left here like a man. That gives you something to shoot for, Earl.
Oh, God. I mean, I don't want to even really...
The day you melt down and head for the door.
Yeah, your meltdown is very close. Last night, you were in very bad shape, and you stopped eating for some reason. Like Karen and Quinlan. You've just given up on food.
You know those national atomic scientists, they have that doomsday clock? Have you seen that in the news?
Yeah.
Where it's like now it's set for 5 minutes till doomsday?
Right.
Because of just heated situations in the world. Earl, you should get a doomsday clock for yourself. 5 minutes away till Earl's doomsday.
I am not going to melt down or explode, but I will admit I'm down to like a meal a day now.
And that meal is Tums. Don't faint and miss your own doom. I want you to stay awake when it hits. You're just got yourself in it. Why this position, Earl?
I don't know. I'm just trying to reorganize everything. Just trying to reorganize my schedule, my eating habits. I'm just in this weird period of transition right now.
Wake up, it's doomsday. Wake up.
You know what he's like? He's like one of those dolphins. We got to drop fish on him and force him. We got to force fish down his gullet.
Or he will just drown himself and starve.
Well, Fezzy, what's in the news today?
The nice story here out of the Golden Globe Awards. Apparently Hilary Swank was pulling up to the Golden Globe Awards in her limo.
Yeah.
Her limo driver didn't have the right security clearance to get to where it was going, so they wouldn't let her limo through.
Mm-hmm.
So she has to hop out with her date, hitch a ride in another limo, have someone pick her up on the street there, and as she gets in the other limo, and as she's leaving, driving away, she shoots the bird at the security guard that wouldn't let her through.
What's the bird?
The middle finger. She shot the bird.
When did this become the bird? I never heard this expression.
Yeah, the middle finger, that's the bird, right?
Earl, do you use that?
I haven't. It hasn't been said, I think, since the 70s when I used to say, hey, flip from the bird. But
I always thought it was just giving the finger.
Oh, I always heard shot the bird. Or shot a bird.
How's it a bird?
I guess because it looks like a bird. I guess.
How does your finger look like a bird? So you got feathers, a beak?
There's the bird, and the two fingers on either side are the wings.
I never heard of this before.
I've always called it the bird.
I put it back up. I think it looks more like a kangaroo. If you were really to trace it,
Looks
it's like a kangaroo, and there's the little feet there.
Maybe a one-eared rabbit or something. I've always called it the bird. I always thought that's what the name was.
Now, I know some people say flipping off, and I never went for that either.
Oh, yeah, you're just flipping.
Yeah. And then other people will change it to flicking. I flicked them off. But the bird I'm not familiar with.
Yeah, and it's shooting a bird, or shot a bird.
So she shot a bird at him.
Yeah, she shot a bird at the security guard for not letting her limo through. I just thought it was hysterical. She's always so feminine, so demure.
Does that actually ever make anyone angry nowadays? Someone gets putting up one of their fingers?
No, I think it just makes... I think they laugh at the person doing it.
Chris, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Fez, we officially retired the term shooting the bird when Top Gun came out because they ruined it.
What did they say in that movie?
Yeah, Anthony Edwards, Goose, says it to Kelly McGillis when he's like, we gave him the bird. And she's like, the bird? And he's like, yeah, you know, the bird. And gave her the finger.
Like that was somehow cool at the time. So what was that, 86?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, 2 decades ago, Fuzzy. I know for you, it's just really just moments, but it's 2 decades.
I didn't know it was an Air Force term or a Navy term.
Navy, my friend. I get angry with you. Randy, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we used to call it giving them the number 1 sign. And what's the over-under on the new intern, man?
Well, we do have a new intern. We haven't named him yet. We're giving him a little bit of easy laid-back time. And then Earl has brought in some new interns for the night show who only know how to give out water. So they just got obsessed with the water thing last night. So, Earl, while you're falling apart, everyone you're supposed to be training falling apart. Chris, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies.
Yeah.
It's a southern thing. We're still slow in the South. We still call it the bird.
So you call it the bird, and why? Is it supposed to look like...
I don't really know. Just growing up, gave him the bird.
It doesn't look like a bird. There's no reason to call it a bird.
Yeah, that's just what I've always heard it called.
Frank Sinatra used to call his dick the bird.
Maybe it's supposed to look like Frank Sinatra's dick.
Well, wouldn't you be just taking your dick out if that was it? If you gave someone the bird? Keith, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, hey guys, I guess it does still piss people off because when I was in New Jersey a couple of weeks back driving my big truck, I accidentally flipped the bird to an unmarked police car and I got myself a careless driving ticket.
Is that right? He got pissed at you?
Yeah, he got pissed, man. He tried to tell me I'd run a stop sign and all types of bullshit. And what it boiled down to was there was 2 cars went around me when I pulled out from a stop sign, and one of them honked the horn and flipped me off. And as I was going down the road, the traffic slowed a bit, so I took the opportunity to return the gesture, stuck my hand out of the window and flipped him back, and I didn't know the guy behind him was an unmarked police car. He figured I was flipping him off, pulled me over. He was pissed. I thought he was going to shoot.
You know, it is really funny that even a finger could be somehow considered, well, you can't put it on TV, right?
No, I don't think so.
So it's so crass, it's basically like a curse word. It's a cursed part of the body. Now, you can have the whole hand up.
Right.
But as you start to drive the fingers, suddenly now there's a problem.
When you get down to that one finger, you could do a peace sign. That's fine. You get down to that one finger.
No, it's funny you say the peace sign, because you do the peace sign and backwards, and I think that means fuck you in England.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that.
So it's like if you did the peace sign at yourself, that's the same as giving somebody the finger.
Because you're basically giving them the back of your hand.
I don't know
with
why.
the fingers.
I don't know why that would be. It's the same as the bird, as you call it, but it's just one extra finger up. It means the same exact thing. Dave, you're on Ron and Fez. Go ahead, Dave.
Hey, where I'm from, it's just called the Jersey Salute.
Yeah, sure. That's the way you guys let people know that you're home. Tony, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
I got two things. Remember President Bush called it the one-finger salute, and over in other countries they use that thing where they cross their arms. You ever see those Italians with those like signals they do, like like fungal, like with the
Oh yeah, the Italians will do the thing where they take the bottom of their fingers and go off their chin, and I guess it's really something to get upset about over there. But over here, it kind of looks sweet. It's cute, and everybody likes it.
Right, you would expect an old Italian lady to do it or something like that.
And then sometimes the Italians, they'll just do this like with their forearm. They'll just take their forearm, smack it against, and that does have more of a up-your-ass thing about it.
Right. Oh, I remember that, like, from the wrestling matches and stuff. The wrestlers used to, like, slap the inside of their elbow as they were putting their fist up with the other hand.
Can it not be about wrestling every day, Fez? You want to get a memo? Because you really do go for it a little too much. Matt, you're on Fez.
Hey, I guess when you flip the bird and you use your knuckles and your thumb, it could look like a turkey. It's a little stretch, but I guess.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, and I'm not going to play that game with you. Adam, you're on Ron and Fez.
What's going on, guys?
Yeah.
The English flipping the bird the two fingers, that goes from the French would cut the two fingers of the archery people in England, their fingers off. So when the people in England were fighting the French, they'd flip them the fingers, F off, I still got my fingers.
Yeah, I had read that before. I didn't know whether it was like an old wives' tale or not. But when they would catch these people that were like, revolutionaries, I guess terrorists of the day, they would be archers, they'd cut their fingers off to basically end their career. So then later, when, you were storming a castle, all these guys would put their fingers up in the air, going like, I still have mine. Jimmy, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys, how's it going?
Good.
Hey, it's called giving them the V's in England. You give them the V.
The V, and it's the same thing, fuck you?
Yeah, basically.
All right. 866-RON-0-FEZ, 866-RON-0-FEZ. It really is odd how we live in a world where there's words that just infuriate people, that can stop a conversation, and now the same thing where there's just body parts, and body parts that you see all the time. It's not like you're taking your ball sack out. It's your fucking finger. And yet, have you ever watched TV where they'll try to blur out the finger?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've seen that.
And I'm like, I've seen the finger the entire time. Now we're blurring it out because all the other fingers are down?
It's very odd how it can become national and worldwide, too, where it's just over generations. Everyone comes to recognize the same hand sign.
Well, no, that's just the opposite. It was just the opposite of what we've been saying. In England, it's completely different. In Italy, it's different. And their signs, of course, don't enrage us. So, again, you would have had to thought this was bad at an early age. Because an adult being told it the first time, hey, when I put my thumb up, that means I want you to go down on a dog, it's not going to fucking bother you. But if you hear it as a little kid, yes, it is going to bother you. Dan, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up, buddies?
Yeah.
There's two other hand gestures that are insults. One is biting the thumb at somebody, and the other one is putting your thumb on your nose and opening your palm and waggling your little fingers around.
Yeah, that's the one that you had when you were a little kid, where it's just the kind of nyanya thing.
Yeah, either you stick the thumb to the nose and wiggle your fingers, or you put your thumbs in your ears and wiggle all your fingers.
Yeah. That's a one. Again, you give up on it at a very early age, but you love it at the time.
Yeah, you could do that one two ways. You could wiggle your fingers with your thumbs in your ears, or you could just move your hands up and down, almost like moose antlers.
And that's just bothering people. For some reason, you could do that on TV. It's annoying if a little kid does it to you, but it's not considered profanity in any way. Now, one that does work well, and I'd say completely underused, is the international jack-off sign, where you're just acting like you're going back and forth on a pole. That will drive people crazy.
I wonder if they would keep that off of TV.
Well,
if that's so obvious.
If you remember, I did it on a TV show when we were mad in Florida at the host, and they... And as they were going to the music at the end, I just turned to Ronnie Diaz and I go, what a jack-off thing. We got jacked off here today. And the cameraman swung the camera back As if it was just some horrifying fucking event taking place. Here's Dave. Dave, you're on Ron and Fez. Go ahead, Dave.
Yeah, hey, boys.
Yeah.
I got the explanation on the bird. If you extend the middle finger with the two knuckles from the other fingers up, but the fingers down and the thumb out, that's basically what they did, is they flipped the jet upside down. And that's the symbol they gave them. It's the bird.
They flipped the jet upside down.
So it's an upside down F-14 Tomcat, basically.
Well, obviously this thing was around a long time before there was Tomcats. You know what I mean? People were doing this for a long while now. Hey, Evil Ed, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies, 11242.
Yeah, buddy.
Hooah! Yeah, we were doing a video call one time with Egypt, and we had a problem with it. And when we finally got it to work, we gave the guy a thumbs up sign because it was working. And apparently in Egypt, we didn't know that when you give a thumbs up, it means shove it up your ass.
So that means like the whole Fonzie A thing means up your ass.
So no one's going to go see a Siskel and Ebert movie.
Yeah, right. I give that 2 thumbs up the ass. Hey, The Godfather's so good. 2 thumbs right up your Egyptian ass. How you like that one?
This movie must be awful.
So that goes to show you, Fuzzy, it's not international.
Right.
This is not like sign language. It means something different to each place, and it's fucking completely ridiculous when you think about it. Here's Mike. Mike, you're on Fez.
Hi, I was calling to talk about the Hook 'em Horn sign. When they had the last presidential inauguration, there was a big picture of Laura Bush.
Yeah.
Holding up the Hook 'em Horn sign for the Texas band, and it was run internationally, and the rest of the world thought she was a devil worshiper.
Oh yeah, because that's it's either go Longhorns or we surrender to the devil of rock.
I'm sure they had to stop and figure out which one it was going to be for Mrs. Bush. I think it's we surrendered to the devil.
Well, they don't know a lot about the Longhorns, like in the European papers, and they're just seeing her making the sign of the devil over there.
That's got to be the best. Look who's gone satanic on us.
And no, they're just going like this. What'd I fucking tell you? They are the devil, and they're finally saluting him in public. Bill, you're on Fez.
Hey, Ron.
Yeah.
The Germans have this thing where they take their thumb and their index finger and make a little asshole to call you an asshole.
So there'll just be like a tiny little hole that they're making?
Exactly.
The fucking crazy Germans.
I guess it's no crazier than any other hand sign, but it just seems like a lot to do.
Too precise.
I know. It's like, here, look at this tiny little hole I've made with my 4 fingers here.
For you, I just make this big asshole sign here.
All right.
One you can drive a truck through.
We all know what you're doing.
Yeah. Here's Matt. Matt, you're on the Ron and Fez show. What do you say, buddy?
Hey, boys.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't know if you remember, but a couple of years ago in the NFL, they banned guys who were dragging their thumb, like, across their neck like it was like, you're dead, off with your head.
Yeah. And basically, like a lot of things in the NFL, they got that from wrestling. So the wrestling used to be, it's over, I'm going for my finishing move. And then, of course, defensive backs started to do that. And it scared some people. It's when you see black people in a post-OJ world doing jokes about a rip across the throat, people in the Midwest were a little upset about it.
Yeah, I know they got rid of that in college. I didn't know they lost it in the pros, too.
Yeah. Mako, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, it's Mako, man.
All right, Mako.
Hey, man, I like the international BJ symbol for blowjob. You put your hand at your mouth there and poke your cheek with your tongue, man.
I think when a guy does that, it looks pretty fucking sick. I just saw you do it, Fez, as you're doing it there. Larry, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys.
That one's fun.
Tell you that in Korea, if you were to do the got your nose thing, like you do with little kids.
Yeah.
That's the same as flipping the bird.
So when you put your thumb in between, you act like it's which, by the way, never looks like a nose, and I hated uncles for it.
Yeah, but it means the same.
Yeah.
I hated that got your nose thing.
I hated it too. Every little kid hates it.
Because they would never give it back, and I would just, even though I knew they didn't have my nose, it was such an OCD thing. Like, I had to have it back.
Yeah.
I couldn't rest until, all right, here's your nose back.
I used to just say, why don't you go have another drink there, Drinky? You fucking alcoholic. Come here, let me get your nose. You're on your way to grab my balls. I can feel it, you perverted old bastard.
Got the tip of your dick.
Yeah, there it is.
It's the
Here's
same
your dick.
thing.
There's your dickhead. You're trying to get it back. Give that to me.
That's the tip of my dick. Yeah, creepy uncle.
Oh, fucking sick unmarried uncles. No chicks, no kids. Look at them. They come in here like Earl or Fez, and they just weird everybody out. Creepy uncles. There's nothing worse. I wonder if that other thing is like urban myth or, about cutting off the fingers. That one at least makes sense.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I don't know how you would think. Did it get skipped for a while? Because it's not like Billy the Kid ever gave the fucking cavalry the finger.
Yeah, we got to a point where we kept cutting off fingers.
Right.
So you would think that the objection to it, the hand sign objection, would go away.
Even if it stayed, it would need to stay over time.
Right.
What did it do? Take a couple 100 years off and then come back? Like, did people give each other the finger in the 30s, the 40s, or is it just the 1960s? It seems like the first time you saw it in the movies was 1960s. But then you didn't fucking even hear curse words in the 50s, and they were around.
Right. It seemed like when the protests were really big, that's when the bird started getting big.
I'm not calling it the bird. I never did, and I'm not going to start now. Because it's not a bird, and you can't defend it by saying it looks like a bird. It's supposed to mean something else, right? Yeah. And by the way, how is fuck you such a bad thing? I can see fuck yourself. Yeah, that one.
I don't know why it's so bad. It's fuck you.
Oh, come on, watch your language. You don't have to do that.
Yeah.
With you, it seems unnatural.
I guess if you're the one taking it, it's supposed to be bad. Like you're the one having it done to you.
Well, you tell me, Fez. This is a natural bottom. I never heard you complaining. Here's Ken. Ken, you're on Fez.
Yeah, guys. 9418. How you doing?
Yeah.
The German symbol for asshole, isn't that very similar to the American OK symbol?
You're okay. Everything's okay, and they're just saying the asshole sign.
The president does that one a lot, too.
Yeah, I know he does.
So that must look crazy when he's headed to Germany to massage the chancellor again.
Remember, Mr. President, you don't want to give the okay sign or the thumbs up over here. People are thinking that you're anal. Just obsessed.
Okay.
Yeah. No,
you just did it.
Don't do it anymore. John, you're on Fez.
Hey, buddies.
Yeah.
Hey, what's the deal with the sign with the thumb off the two front teeth?
Yeah, that's another Italian one, too. And basically, I think a lot of the Italian things just tend to mean up yours.
Yeah, they seem like the thumb off the teeth or the fingers off the bottom of the chin.
Yeah.
A lot of it seems to be like scraping. Like I'm scraping you off. Like I'm done with you.
A lot of times that they'll just fucking shake their dick at you, those Italians. They're just like, hey, right here. And you're like, fucking slow it down a little bit. We have language.
When my mother used to do that, that meant I was getting a fucking vicious beating when I was going home. All
right, hold on. So your mom would sit there and shake at you like a titty dancer?
No, when she would grab her two front teeth.
Oh, okay. Because we were down to fucking throwing the crotch.
Yeah, I missed the last reference. I apologize.
All right, so what would your mom do? Give us the actual signal.
She would,
she would just grab her teeth and hold on to them, and she would do that to you in public, which means when I get home, I'm going to beat you up.
Definitely, yeah.
Jeez, that's insane. Italian people, I don't even know how they got their language. They're doing so much pantomime. Mike, you're on Fez.
How you guys doing today?
Don't worry about us.
All right. One of the best motion curses that I've seen, it's not even a real curse. I just saw it on Friends. Remember that episode when Joey used to slam his fist together as in a fake curse?
Yeah.
I
remember when they did that, and it was stupid. And they kind of made up something that they could actually get on TV.
Yeah, and they were hoping it would take the nation by storm.
Yeah, they came in a little too late.
Everyone's bumping their own fists together.
Here's Chris. Chris, you're on Fez.
Buddies, here's a good one for you. You take your index and your middle finger and you spread them apart and flick your tongue in the middle of them.
Yeah. No one actually does that unless they're saying, I do that to his wife. That's all that one means. Now, here's another one. It's kind of, it's not international, but the people in the know it very well. And that's that you're in a club, it's loud, and you just put one finger up to your nose. And it basically means you got any coke. It's almost the Santa Claus, how he tried to get up, but you just go, no, you got any? No. And everyone always answers no, unless it's for sale. No, I don't have anything to share with you here.
With a wink of his eye, he laid his finger aside his nose.
Michelle, you're on Ron and Fez. How are you?
Hey, buddies.
Hey, buddy girl.
Well, I grew up in Canada, and we called it giving someone the finger. And when I moved down the States, I said to a guy who flipped me off, just jokingly, I said, "Don't finger me." And he goes, "What?" And I said, that's what we call it up there.
You were making a lot of friends fast, weren't you?
That's all I got, guys.
Where do you think that even the term finger ends? 14? But the last time that you think it's cool to finger someone? By 15, you're like, it's fucking terrible.
It barely makes it into high school.
She's using me. She's fucking using me. In 8th grade, it's the greatest fucking thing you could ever have done. I fingered her. Put that in the book. She's been fingered. By the time you move up one more grade, you're like so fucking aggravated with it, you want to kill yourself. Howard, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey guys, I got one that's international. It's when you're like choking on food, you put both your hands around your throat.
Yeah.
You stick your tongue out and you go ah.
The choke.
Yeah. I guess you can use that for when you're actually choking.
Did you just choke yourself?
Yeah, I did. I grabbed my windpipe too hard. And
I'm fucking marooned.
But it's also when you're telling someone else that they've choked doing something.
Well, that's what happened last week with San Diego. Was so mad at the Patriots because they made the choke sign.
Yeah, I think that's another one that's gotten banned in college football.
Yeah.
Where you're not allowed to tell someone they've choked.
Well, I think it's not so much that they hate the phrase. They don't want anything that's going to start a fight.
Right.
Again, the pussiest sport we probably have out there is football right now. It is just so ridiculously gay. And I'll give you an example. Think of all the sports and all the great fights that you've seen. No one has a great football fight. There was the best fucking fight I ever saw of two guys that just line up against each other and go at it. You can think of great baseball fights, basketball, hockey, of course, is number one. You never think of a great football fight. I was thinking about this one, too, Fez, as we're sitting here doing these things. When you were a kid, what was the word that you would call a gay person?
That would be queer.
We only had homo in my fucking neighborhood. He's a homo. And by the time gay came along, I'm like, what? I thought they were homos. What about it for you, Earl?
It was faggot.
Always faggot?
A straight up faggot. That was the word that was always used.
It was a word that you used a long time before you knew what it meant, right?
Yeah, I mean, there was it wasn't fag or gay. You were just like, look at that faggot. Like,
I know, you never hear that anymore. Like, they're okay with queer.
Right.
Now, but I don't think anybody's okay with faggot. It's still, and then you do that, all it is a bunch of sticks in England. You try to get away with that.
Fag and faggot still not catching on.
And
never will.
They're basically, I don't know whether they will or not. Because, of course, like we were talking about the N-word the other day. For some reason, gay guys seem like they can roll with it a little better. They don't let it get them down so much. Jay, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, how you doing, fellas?
Yeah.
Listen, you want to really piss off a Muslim, you show them the bottom of your shoe.
I remember hearing that before. They hate to see the bottom of your shoe.
I don't know specifically what it means, but it has something to do with walking around where animals shit.
Right.
Okay.
But these are people that wipe their asses with their own hand, and yet the sole of a shoe makes them furious.
Yeah, I would be upset if one of them was waving to me. Shit hand. Hi.
I think they make sure it's always the left hand.
Oh, okay.
Unless they really got to take a super shit, and then I guess it's both hands.
There's gonna be a time when you need both hands. We've all not felt well. There's been problems.
TJ, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hello, buddy.
Yeah.
I hate to see Dave go, but oh well, time is up. But anyhow, fingers straight up, shake it twice, point it at him, shake it twice, means fuck you and the horse you rode in on.
Now, I never heard this one. You shake it twice, point it at him, shake it twice.
No.
No, I never heard that one,
That's,
TJ.
Again, a lot of work to do.
Yeah. Dave, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ronnie, feel free to use this on Earl. If you take the double horns and point it at somebody, you're putting the Maloiks on them.
Yeah, that's what my chick's mom would do. And this was that's like called the Malocchio or something, right?
Uh-huh.
Is that the name of it? You're already gone. Bitsy, you know this. You're Italian.
Yeah, that's it.
Now, here's what she would do it. if someone ever said that the babies were cute, like a person go, "Oh, you have a cute baby," as they turn around and left, she would put that fucking hex on them so they would not come back later and steal the babies. And I'm like, you're out of your fucking mind now.
And that's for a compliment. The baby's beautiful.
Yeah, but that was considered like almost like somebody coming by and saying your wife is attractive. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, okay.
It was like, what are you fucking paying so much close attention to? I guess it's the fear that Italians have of gypsies. Just the mistrust that there's a gypsy out there willing to steal babies all the time.
You know, you can't do that stuff to Earl. He just freaks out. He is so superstitious. Like with Ouija boards, psychics.
Well, I don't think that makes you superstitious, does it?
No, I mean, there's just things that
Does this bother you at all,
Yes,
Earl?
it does bother me.
But that's not even your fucking background.
I know that.
Like if I took a chicken head and started fucking doing a voodoo style to you.
Oh, God, voodoo really flips me out. That is... Yeah.
We ought to book a voodoo priest to come in here once and try to take care of your belly, the stomach problems that you're having.
I do not want a witch doctor or a voodoo priest or the hooju, fuju, or any of that other oojus on me. It just totally weirds me out.
We'll just get a black girl voodoo doll.
Giovanni, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, how you doing, guys? What you were talking about, the malocchio thing, it means evil eyes in Italian. Occhio is eyes, male is evil.
So why would you do that to somebody?
I think it's just to wish them, like, bad luck. And what my dad used to do to me, like when I was a kid in the store, he would take his index finger and put it in between his teeth, and he would just give me, like, the evil eye, and I knew just to back off, stop it. That's what it meant, just to stop.
You know, what's really funny is, like, the Italians, basically that's the center of the Catholic Church, but they're the most straight pagan people you'll ever meet. Those Italian women are always coming up with, oh, you need to bury a potato in the backyard, and it's all very witchcraft. There's a lot of witchcraft that goes on with them. Mac, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Good.
Hey, I found out the hard way. I had this deaf friend of mine that the move that Curly made to stop Mo from poking him in the eyes, you know, the hand across the bridge of the nose.
Sure.
That also means bitch in sign language.
In sign language?
He got a little pissed off. Yeah, he got a little pissed off when I did that to him. He says, "You calling me a bitch?" I said, "What do you mean? What do you mean?" He says, "Put your hand like that. That means bitch in sign language."
He's a fucking maroon. I'm sorry, but you know what? No one understands your sign language. I'm going to tell you now. Put your ear up as close as you can to the speaker. We make a lot of things here without knowing what they are.
So Curly just constantly calling Mo a bitch.
Curly's protected his eyes, and I think it's the greatest defense move in the history of pranks. Because how you think you're going to poke someone's eye out, they put that fucking defense guard up there. It's a brilliant move. And you can't, no one's fingers, Fezzy, are long enough to get around that.
No, it's the perfect length to stop him.
Yeah. Zippy, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
It's funny talking about sign language. You know, there's a lot of sign language that just you understand instinctively. You know, you hold your finger up to your lips. That means shut up.
Right.
You put the same finger beside your head and start moving in a circle. It means someone's crazy. You take your finger and your pinky finger and extend it out and shake it. That's the classic surfer sign.
Right.
You take the same thing and hold it to your ear. It means call me. You know, so it's funny all the different signs you can do.
Yeah, call me. And what about like, all right, I'm done eating. I'm writing a check. Look, I'm writing a check. Even if you're paying cash, look, I'm writing a check here. We've got a credit card in the air.
I like the empty glass you shake when you need a refill or something or another drink.
Well, don't you have to hold the glass up there, though, right? You do it without a glass?
I think you can do it without a glass if you just shake your hand and act like there's a glass in it.
I wouldn't know what you meant. I need to hear the ice cubes chinking together.
I like the fact that you have to shake the cup anyway, or the glass, just to show that there is zero liquid in here.
I am not sandbagging you. I have nothing left to drink. Lucky, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, boys. Hey, my favorite one is from far away when you hold your left hand out with your palm up and you chop your arm. Fuck you from a distance. That's an exclamation point. I love that one.
Yeah, that's, I always thought that meant more up your ass.
That's what I always thought. Here's a whole hand. Here's a whole fist up your ass.
Greg, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, remember when Clinton used to give speeches, he would always hold his thumb out a little bit?
But he wouldn't put his thumb up. He would just have the tip of his thumb over top.
The very tiny thumbs up.
Yeah.
So would the Egyptians hear his speeches just like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you,
fuck you, fuck you.
No matter what he's talking about. Healthcare, fuck you.
Here's Dom. Dom, you're on the Ron and Fez show. Yeah.
You say Don?
Yeah.
Hey, buddies. I got two. I don't know if I'm breaking the white code here, but when you're giving a conversation about a black guy, but you have to be discreet about it, you either touch your skin with your index finger or you do the universal sign of your full hand, outstretched hand sideways in front of your face and come all the way down over your face with it.
I didn't want Earl to hear that.
Why would you let that out?
Yeah. You are now out of the Caucasian club. Earl, don't listen to him. He's crazy.
Who would do that? That's so funny.
Yeah, that sounds crazy to me.
And Earl, Fez, I'm having a party. Remember, no.
Mm-hmm.
So keep it quiet.
Right.
Hey, Dugout Doug. Doug, how are you, buddy?
Hey, guys. I got an international one that actually has two meanings. You take the OK sign with one hand, and then your index finger through the circle going in and out, and that's either I want to fuck you or did you fuck?
Yeah. Normally, you can't do it with a woman, but with a guy, you can go, did you? All right, thank you, Doug. Cool. Peace.
I like he says it has two meanings, and they're both fuck.
Well, it's, before and after. 866 Ron Zero Fez. 866 Ron Zero Fez. Rat, you're on Ron and Fez. How are you, buddy?
Yo.
Yeah.
Hey, some people can do like the Bloods and Crips stuff with their hands. And I know one story famously, I think it was in Minneapolis, where a deaf guy was like signing in a bus. Bunch of Bloods or Crips, whatever, thought they were disrespecting him, beat the crap out of him, and actually blinded him. Guy's already deaf.
I think it's an urban myth or old wives' tale. Earl, you always hear that story going around that the Bloods and Crips got upset with deaf people. And it seems like I've always heard it happening in different towns, and I'm not sure whether there's any truth to it at all.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard it I knew guys that lived in L.A., they've said that it's happened, and I'm like, you sure about that? Because I heard this almost the exact same story, like in Jamaica, New York.
Right, you'll hear the same exact thing.
I mean, right down to the
you know what, deaf guys can even pull off that East Side thing, which I've never been able to do.
Yeah, because you have to interlock your fingers to the point, like...
They're nimble.
Yeah, you got to go to yoga to be able to really be able to join one of these gangs.
But, I mean, I've heard that story from people pretty much from coast to coast.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'd fall for it all. There's so many of those fucking urban myths out there.
What was like the first one that you fell for, like when you were a kid and you heard it?
Man, there's so many. But I know like in the woods, there used to be this road that's for some reason the kids called Bearcat Road. And it was like a dirt road. And they claimed that there was a wolf that made it with a mountain lion or so. Like a bear and a mountain lion or something. And it would fucking come out at night. I brought it up to my dad, and he's like, what are you talking about? A, you ever see any bears or mountain lions around here? And B, this is fucking against nature, you idiot. But I remember laying in bed at night as a little kid going, man, I can never be caught on Bearcat fucking Road under any circumstances.
One that I always fell for as a little kid was the story about the lady who had the hairdo and the hairspray and spiders nested in her hair.
Oh, yeah.
And then burrowed their way into her brain.
Yeah, there would always be one about McDonald's or gum that you liked that would freak you out when you were a little kid. And another one I would always listen to intently is any of the LSD freak-out stories. The one where the guy comes home and the babysitter says, oh, no, everything's going good, and I finished that turkey. I cooked that turkey for you. And he's like, turkey? There's no turkey. And he goes over and goes in the oven, and the baby's in there roasted. I fucking believe that hook, line, and sinker. I'm like 6. And all I can think to myself is, I got to get my hands on some of this acid. I have got to see what it's like to see a baby turn it into a turkey.
I believe that, and I helped spread it around.
Did you really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I totally believe that one.
There was a lot of the acid ones, like your health teacher would try to tell you, and teachers would always tell you that some guy thought he was an orange, and he didn't want to be touched because he thought he turned into orange juice, and tons of those type of things. The biggest one of all time has got to be the Richard Gere one.
Oh, yeah, the gerbil.
What you hear from people who would never even be caught up with anal sex or bestiality, you'll hear from your grandmother, that Richard Gere had a gerbil. And you're like, how? How could anyone put a gerbil up your ass, you crazy old maniac?
He used a habit trail.
Who would think that it was a good idea?
Yeah.
No matter how off it got you, to put a wild animal into your ass would never happen.
There's always the getting it out part that you have to be concerned with.
Right. There's not enough crystal meth in the world to make you think, I'm going to send a fucking gerbil up my ass. Let me go to Pete. Well, let me go over here to Steve. Steve, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, Ron. I remember probably being about 6 or 7, and my uncle telling me about the red-eyed pumas that used to live around the campground that he always would go to, and I'd look at him and I said, "There's no such thing." And then he goes, "Well, they used to work on your mom and my other sister." And I said, "I can't believe that they'd even fall for this."
Yeah, there's so many of those things, and for some reason, they want to freak out little kids. They just want to keep little kids petrified. Scott, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
Hey, quick question. What do I do with my dick card now?
Boy, I'll tell you, after that thing yesterday, I'm going to just throw this out to him. Face! My heart was a little broke hearing him leave here yesterday, Fez.
Yeah, it was very sad to see him leave. See how upset he was when he was going out the door with all his stuff.
I blame you.
Me? What did I do?
You let the whole thing take place. You let the whole thing go down. Jeremy, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
Hey, Fez, I don't know if you heard this one being from Southwest Florida, but my mom fell for a hook, line, and sinker. The people that are out on their boat in Tampa Bay and they see a little dog swimming around.
I do remember this one, yeah.
And they get the little dog and they bring it home with their cat.
Yeah, they're way out in the middle of the Gulf all by themselves, and there's like a chihuahua.
Right.
It gives it away. It's called a Ray Ocean rat.
Yeah.
And it's the fucking ocean rat. And
Yeah.
my mom fell for a hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah, and that one went around all the time. And everybody believed that, it was a rat that fell off a cruise ship. And, of course, it happened to a cousin of a cousin. Eric, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, how about the urban legend or whatever that Rod Stewart once had to have his stomach pumped from it was like a quart of semen?
Yeah, from a soccer team, right? Yeah. Supposedly he blew an entire soccer team.
Well, they had won the big game.
Yeah. Like, no one on the fucking team is going to say, you know what, I'm not going to be here for gay sex.
See, when I was in high school, that became Bon Jovi.
Yeah. Here's what happens. If you're around long enough, you will hear the same one come back with someone else. Because Stomping on Baby Chicks went from Frank Zappa to Alice Cooper to Marilyn Manson. Whoever is the scary rocker at the time gets that gimmick. Pete, you're on the Ron and Fez show. How you doing, Pete?
Hey, how you doing, Ron and Fez?
Good, pal.
Hey, listen, growing up in Chicago in the late 70s, and you kind of touched on it a second ago, but we had the myth that there was spider eggs in bubble yum.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, McDonald's had worm meat in it, so, freak the kids out. And also the obvious Pop Rocks and soda one, that you drank those together or ate them together, you're going to explode.
Yeah, that was gigantic. Well, wasn't there even a thing that kids tried to smoke banana peels after the Donovan song?
Oh, with Mellow Yellow?
Yeah, Mellow Yellow. When he says the electric banana. So the fucking kids hear this for some reason, because they all wanted to smoke pot, but they're in the suburbs, it's still 65 or 66. They don't know how to fucking cop. So they hear this, and they're in the backyard now trying to smoke a goddamn banana peel like an idiot.
Just trying to get that thing lit would be tricky enough.
I'm just mad about saffron. Saffron's mad about me. I'm just mad about saffron. She's just mad about me. They call me Mellow.
You feel anything on this banana? Yeah, I think I'm getting a little buzz.
They They call me man.
Hey, Kelly, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Yeah, how you doing, buddies? Did you hear the myth about the family that went on vacation in Florida? Got their hotel room broke into, but nothing was stolen.
Yeah.
So they went on about their vacation, and when they got home, they developed all their film from their cameras, and the robbers were in there sticking toothbrushes up their ass.
As if that's the only fucking one, the only thing they could do. Around the same time, because this was probably late 80s when everybody was freaked out, it would be you bang this fucking beautiful chick, unbelievable sex, she's all over you. You wake up in the morning, she's gone. You go into the bathroom, she wrote on the lipstick, "Welcome to the wonderful world of AIDS." Because everybody was so afraid of the ass in the late 80s. Anything to do with AIDS petrified everybody. So these stories would get out there just to keep the fear going.
And when that story would get told in particular, they would actually mention a certain hotel by name, just to make it more specific.
A Town Nate, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey guys, we used to have a weird like sexual urban legends when I was growing up. In our elementary school, we had a hot dog girl, and apparently what she had done was taken a frozen hot dog and pleasured herself with it, and midway through it thawed out and snapped off, and she had to go to the hospital and get it removed.
Always is, yeah. That one actually happened though, because a friend of mine's cousin. Yeah, so that one is real. That one definitely is real. I'd heard this one before, too, that, like, and I don't know if there's any truth to it, but they say in Vietnam that the fucking hookers would put razor blades up there.
Oh, yeah.
And that one used to fucking just freak me out like it was a Mikey D story when I was a kid. Just really weirded me out.
I remember hearing this one about the woman who had gotten groceries, put them in the back seat of her car, heard something go off, thought she was shot in her head, reached back behind her and felt her brain. She was holding them back in till paramedics came, and it turned out it was just one of those rolls of biscuits that had popped, and it was a biscuit that had hit her, a raw biscuit that had hit her in the head. I always heard that one.
Like, what would the moral of that story be?
Right, yeah. That
Don't fucking keep your groceries in the back. Why even make this up in the first... you can understand if the mythology has a lesson for you to learn, kind of a Jack and the Beanstalk or whatever. But the urban myths give you nothing.
And the horrible thing would be, yes, if she was able to hold her brains in until the help arrived. Not that she got hit in the back of the head with a raw biscuit.
Bow, bow, bow. Monica, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys. I just have one that my grandpa used to tell me. He used to tell me that there were alligators in the sewers. So whenever I would walk over the sewer grates, he would always tell me, "Oh, you better be careful. Those alligators are going to eat you." And it, freaked me out for the longest time, and it still freaks me out now.
Well, that's like a 1950s urban myth, because I think when you used to be able to go to Florida in those days, you could buy a baby alligator, and people would bring them back to New York and Chicago and then not want them and flush them down the toilet. And they always had this thing that because of that happening, and I don't know why they would become gigantic, but gigantic 18, 25-foot alligators in New York sewers.
They made a really bad movie, I think in the mid-'70s, based completely on that urban myth, where the kid, he bought the little baby alligator, and the father was just like a drunk and got pissed off and just flushed it down the toilet. And next thing you know, it's terrorizing New York City for whatever reason. And
why would it get so big? Why would it get so angry?
The thing's
it would just be an alligator.
And the thing is like the size of a city block, and it's killing people with its tail.
It's too big for the sewer pipes now.
All right, we'll take a break here. Ron and Fez.
Ronnie. Fezzy. The Ron and Fez Show. XM 202.
Yeah, buddy. Ron and Fez Show. Coming up a little later on, Mikey Boy from RonandFez.net, Fuzzy, is doing his American Idol update. I had no plans of getting into the the show at all, but it seems like Mikey Boy says this is the year of American Idol.
Oh, yeah, he loves it. He's, like, pretty much obsessed with it. He's just really, really into it.
Well, he likes the music, Fez. You know that about him. He's got his own little internet radio show.
Yeah, he's always been a music fan, and I guess he's just big into, who's going to be the next idol.
And, of course, coming up a little later on, we'll be introducing the new producer, RonFez.net. You've talked to him on the phone, and you haven't met him yet, and you said Wiki's crazy about him, Elo's crazy about him.
Yeah, Wiki and Elo love this guy.
Earl, are you have you talked to him yet?
No, not at all. I'm not.
All right, you let a hiring go down without you? You're the executive producer of the show.
Well, I mean, it's just one of those things that just completely went over my head.
Exactly.
That you didn't know was happening.
You know why so many things go over your head? Because you're always laying down, you fainting goat. That's why things go over your head. So that's coming up pretty soon. But hopefully we'll hear from Mikey Boy very, very soon about this. Did you enjoy the American Idol last night, Fez?
Yeah, I was watching the American Idol. I was kind of fast-forwarding on my TiVo through the guy dressed as Apollo Creed and some of the sillier people.
No, seriously, I hope Apollo Creed wins. That's because of what happened to him back in the 70s, and now it's his chance to, call it a comeback.
Right, so, yeah, I was watching it, and I'm like, okay, I can see myself watching this again, maybe another season, who knows?
Well, yesterday you predicted its decline, and then I saw on Drudge Report today, biggest opening they've ever done.
Yeah, it was even bigger than last season's premiere, which was huge.
And I was thinking about it, and it was an awful show. I mean, it was just terrible. But all the things that you were saying about, Randy's awful, and it just doesn't matter. It just, the people don't watch the show for Randy or Paula or probably even Simon anymore. They just watch it the same way we'll watch football and we'll go, the NFL stinks, but we're going to watch it anyway. Now it's just, you can't even help yourself.
Yeah, they are just sitting in front of the TV. Because it is the same things. Here's the overconfident person who has no talent. It's all the same stuff every year.
Yeah, and faked. It's all faked from beginning to end. And I saw Diana Ross last night. She says she's doing one of the weeks.
Yeah, she's going to mentor one week.
And then supposedly, I think Paul McCartney is going to do one of the weeks. That's what is supposed to be a surprise guest.
Yeah, I heard Simon say that Paul McCartney would be like the dream week to get to do.
All right, here he is doing his American Idol update. Yeah. It's Mikey Boy. Oh, Mikey Boy.
Hey, guys.
This must be like Christmas for you, huh? You're back in Idol.
This is my first time actually watching the show all the way through.
You loving it?
It's not getting me yet.
No.
It's, there are a couple times during the show, like 3 times during the show, that if I was watching with my wife, I probably would have tapped out. Not really grabbing me yet. I do have a favorite already, though.
Oh, who's that?
Crack Baby.
Crack Baby to win the whole thing?
Oh, yeah.
I'll say this for her. She's a 16-year-old Crack Baby. She's sexy as hell. And I don't know whether it's become the horrible way she came into the world or the gap tooth thing that's happening, but she is sexy as hell.
I felt good when she said I was completely unaffected by the crack.
I don't believe her.
No birth defects.
I don't believe her at all.
She said she got a gift from that. She said she has a gift of being able to sing now. She doesn't have disability, so she got the gift to sing.
Yeah, somehow it's made her into a super singer.
Yeah.
You're gonna have mothers in, poor areas taking crack when they're pregnant just so they can have these wonderful singing children. Maybe.
They're doing that anyway, Mikey.
Okay.
Earl will tell you that. They're doing that anyway. So you're not into the show yet?
Yeah, well, I just kind of thought, let me ask you, how often is this show on? Because I didn't realize until into this big time with multiple shows per week and stuff like that. It's on tonight again?
You've got to be willing to commit to 4 to 6 hours a week, I believe.
Yeah.
I'm committed. I'm in.
Yeah.
It's not 2 hours every night, though. It's just an hour mostly, right?
Yeah, once you get all set up. But it's like we're still like months away before the real show starts. It's hard to believe, but you may forget about Crack Baby and never see her again. She may be just gone.
Oh, that's too bad.
That's how the show goes.
Right.
People disappear on this show in the months and months it takes to get the actual show started.
Right now, here's all the really bad ones, and we're going to show you a few that get through to Hollywood.
It's like you're driving to basically Florida and Miami, right? And you haven't even gotten out of Maine yet. That's where you are on this trip, this American Idol trip.
All right. I didn't realize this was going to be such a commitment, but I'm still in. I'm
Yeah.
good.
All right, Mikey boy, you made it sound excitement.
Cool.
All right, I love it. There he goes, Mikey boy. All right, Mikey.
It's a Big Brother update.
Thanks, pal.
We're going to have to update the update.
Greg, it's great that we finally got an insider this year who's there right from the beginning for all the gossip and everything that's happened in Idol.
All he said was, I like Crack Baby.
Who doesn't? Greg, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, fellas. PHC 4173.
All right, brother.
Hooah! I have to disagree with you, Ron. I think that people watch American Idol for the train wrecks much the way they watch NASCAR racing.
Yeah, but you never really get it. It never pays off on either one. It just doesn't happen. It's not the excitement you want. It just doesn't go down. Dan, you're on Ron and Fez. You got a spy report?
I got the report for you.
Yeah.
Crack Baby was already thrown out of the game.
Smoking crack?
Yep.
I love her. I love her so much if that's true. If we find out that Crack Baby has a crack problem, when Crack Baby ran out and said, I'm the first one in my family ever to make anything out of myself. What did you do, Crack Baby? You sang a 2-minute opening? You didn't do anything yet.
She met Ryan Seacrest.
Yeah.
That was about it.
All right, we are waiting for our brand new producer. Is he here now?
Yep, he is here. Our new producer is here at the studio.
Do you know where he's from or anything, Fez?
No, I have no idea where he's from.
Got theme music?
Yep. Oh, yeah, this is a good producer here.
I gotta run to keep from hiding. I'm bound to keep on riding. And I got one more silver dollar. Catch me, no, I ain't gonna let them catch the midnight rider.
Here he comes in. Who is this, Fez?
This is our new producer to the Ron and Fez show. Ronnie, please welcome, from parts unknown, the Midnight Rider.
Thank you very much, baby. It's great to be here. What are we talking about today? We're talking about producers, Ronnie B.
Yeah, we're talking about
producers. Is that what we're talking about, Fed? We're talking about producers.
We are talking about producers.
Let me introduce myself, then.
Yeah.
I am a plumber's son. I'm a person of the people, a new producer of purpose. I gotta run to keep from hiding, baby. And my name is the Midnight Rambler.
What is it?
The Midnight Rider. The Midnight Rider.
Oh,
the Midnight
okay.
Rider.
Yes.
I was so scared. I thought it was the Midnight Rambler.
No. My name is the Midnight Rider. Here to quench and give you your dreams, baby.
All right, is there any reason, Fezzy, that the Midnight Rider is wearing a mask?
Well, he's a shy guy.
All right, he's wearing
from parts unknown. I'm from... my identity cannot be known.
Yeah.
Ronnie B, don't you understand? It's a delicate situation for the rider.
That XM background check can be pretty thorough.
Yeah.
So this is his way of making sure we can get him right in here, right to work.
I got that mask. I slipped right past that Puerto Rican fella. He said he was a master of something. He said I'm a master Poe or something. I don't know what that is. I'm from, down in the South where people ride.
All right. So you're wearing a bad cowboy hat.
Yes, this is my lucky hat, Betty.
And your yellow luchador mask.
That's right, my wrestling mask.
Yeah.
This guy's great, Ronnie. He is going to be great for the show. Our new producer, the Midnight Rider.
Oh.
I heard the show. I heard the past couple weeks. There's a lot of people talking about this Downtown Dave or East Side Sam, whatever his name was. Let me tell you something, baby.
Yeah.
He's history. He's history, and just as the sun sets on one producer, the moon rises on another. The moon's glow is me, baby. You're looking at it, the Midnight Rider. I am your moonbeam.
I love this. Finally, a producer with some confidence we've got in here. The Midnight Rider.
That's right.
That's great.
The Midnight Rider, he don't sip champagne. The Midnight Rider don't eat caviar. The Midnight Rider gets nitty and gritty with the common man. I get funky like a monkey, baby. I'll take you to a movie, and afterwards I'll get groovy. That's what the Midnight Rider does, because he's a plumber's son.
See, that was my problem with Dave. He used to sip champagne and eat caviar, and he wouldn't get funky with the common guy.
That's right. There's a new era of Ron and Fez with the Midnight Rider on the team. Can't possibly be beat.
You know what? I kind of miss Dave being here, but I do like the new Midnight Rider, Fez.
I think the Midnight Rider is going to be with us for a long, long time.
And then what's he going to do? He's going to take us to a movie?
I'm going to take you to a movie. I'm going to get you groovy, Daddy. With Ronnie B and Fezzy W by my side, busting it for the little Joe of America. We going to take it downtown all the way. It's what the Midnight Rider do. Going to leave you with gold and sunshine in your hearts. Because that's what the Midnight Rider does so special around here.
Did Dave ever leave us with gold or sunshine in our hearts?
No, he didn't.
No. This guy's great. I'm surprised we were able to catch him. As a producer.
We're never going to catch him. We can't catch the Midnight Rider.
Luckily, I have a laptop on my horse for riding, and I saw a couple postings on the web. New producer needed for the Ron and Fez show. And this producer is someone who breaks it down, Daddy, who ain't afraid to pay his dues to punch and ain't afraid to dance. You says to the Midnight Rider, what's the point of dancing on the radio? We can't see you, Daddy.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you.
True.
How can you dance on the radio? We can't see you, Daddy.
Can I tell you, Ronnie B, you may not be able to see me with your eyes.
Yeah.
But you sure as hellfire can see me with your heart.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I produce for.
Right.
Your heart. I don't know how these other Slim Jims produce. But I know, Daddy, I know Midnight Rider comes in here to produce for your soul.
Thanks, Midnight Rider.
He's going to give us his all, Ronnie.
Yeah.
The Midnight Rider, a new producer on the Ron and Fez show.
200% sugar.
Does he have any money, Fez?
Do you have any money on you?
I got one more silver dollar, baby.
Oh, I see.
That's what I got. That's what the rider has.
Then you keep it.
So, yeah. He needs this job.
Yeah, he really does.
He's got one more silver dollar.
Yeah.
I'll give it to you if you need. If you want me to be your producer,
right.
Just tell me. If you want me to shimmy over yonder for some water, if you want me to buy a fresh bottle of Febreze, you just tell me. If you want me to pin Dory Funk 2 out of 3 falls, I can do that too.
All right, there he is, Fezzy, our new producer.
We've never had a producer that could pin Dory Funk Jr. in 2 out of 3 falls. I know that. This is great.
I'll mop the floor with Dory. He's not in good condition as me.
Mm-hmm.
And remember, most importantly, it's all about the Ron and Fez show. It's about electrified funk. It's about the new man in town. It's about the Midnight Rider busting at 365. I don't know how these other marshmallows perform, but I know one thing: the Midnight Rider performs with sweat, blood, and tears. Tears for you, Ronnie B, and tears for you, Fezzy W.
I don't think you're going to be able to sustain this. I really don't. I don't think it's something that you're going to be able to do every day.
Well, he's
Midnight
excited.
Rider.
It's his first day.
Yeah.
He's a little wound up. It's like pandemonium in here.
It's a new... you know what? It's like a pandemonium. You know what else it is?
What?
It's like a new dawn.
Yeah.
In the Grand Canyon, the sun comes up. On the Ron Fez show, so does the rider. The Midnight Rider, baby.
That is true. In the Grand Canyon, Fezzy, the sun comes up.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
And it does here, too. It's a new dawn.
Right.
Midnight Rider.
The Midnight Rider, our new producer. He's in here. He's in a mask. He's in a cowboy hat.
Now, is he going to stay in the mask, Fez? Why? Is he burn victim?
Oh, no. It's just the guy's just very protective of his identity.
No one can know who he is?
Exactly.
Well, I'll tell you, no one can know. That's why these aren't the clothes that I'm wearing.
Yeah. I like it. These aren't the clothes that you're wearing?
These aren't the clothes that I'm wearing.
Why not?
I'm the Midnight Rider, baby. Daddy, do you see the light?
Yeah.
Can you see it shining over?
I can.
I can see the light.
Is it in your souls now?
Kind of.
It's America. It's the Midnight Rider here from the Ron Fez show.
You know, Fezzy, this might make everybody forget about their love for Eastside Dave.
Yeah, it probably could, I think. The enthusiasm that the Midnight Rider's riding in here with.
Enthusiasms. Enthusiasms.
I don't know who Downtown Dave is, but I know one thing. He's like stale potato chips. Get rid of him. It's a Midnight Rider. It's his era in town. Catch that eagle eye. Watch it fly. I got one more silver dollar.
Who are you?
I'm in the Midnight Rider, Sugar.
Sugar? I'm very uncomfortable with that.
Is that Sapphire in the booth?
That's Black Girl.
Oh.
Thought that was my baby Sapphire.
That's
we
not
like to boogie
Sapphire.
woogie, get funky like a monkey, Sapphire.
We got the Sapphire. Are you going to be able to work with Midnight Rider?
But my name is not Sapphire for starters, but I can deal with the Midnight Rider. I'll definitely have I'll forge a new relationship with the Midnight Rider. It'll take me a minute to get used to the mask, but yeah, I'll work with the rider.
With the enthusiasm of the Midnight Rider.
Enthusiasms.
With the Midnight Rider coming in here, Earl, you may end up taking a back seat.
The Sapphire Earl, whatever his name is, he just knows one thing. Sapphire knows one thing.
Yeah.
How to party with Midnight Rider. I look forward to spending my days and nights, my minutes on the air and off the air with you, Sapphire. My cuddly person, you.
Sapphire, it's really great to see you getting along with somebody after all this time.
Her name is not Sapphire. I'm not a middle-aged black woman.
Can we shake it, Sapphire? Can we have the electrified funk in town?
Why don't you and Midnight Rider dance together, Sapphire?
Come on.
That'd be great.
That would be excellent.
And they may, again, not be able to see us in the radio land, but trust me, you can hear us. You can hear Sapphire and I get down. You can hear us work together, move together, groove together. Loins intact, loins close, representing love. But make no mistake about it, Ronnie B. It's not just about Sapphire. It's also about Little Joe. I call him the common man.
Yeah.
American blue collar.
So you're out there for the blue collar people,
I'm out there for the blue collar, the Johnny Lunch pail.
Yeah. You and Sapphire are going to bring something to them, some kind of...
We're going to bring magic.
Yeah.
We're going to bring excitement.
Yeah.
Excitement like you never seen. You thought a roller coaster in Great Adventure was excitement loop-de-loop. Wait till you see me and Sapphire. We'll give you more loops than the big screen machine.
Fez, do you think him and Sapphire are really going to be as big as they say?
Oh, I think so, yeah.
So, Febreze, you dropped the fainting goat name, and you're now Sapphire.
I love you, Sapphire.
We all do, Sapphire. We all love you.
Sweet, sweet Sapphire.
You're the best.
Can I get the Febreze title? I am not Sapphire, a big fat old black woman.
Why are you being negative about this? We're just getting this new thing off the ground. We're just getting away from the sadness of losing Dave. And now, so Sapphire, you finally got somebody to be with.
You don't have to bring the race into it either.
Yeah.
She may be an African-American, Sapphire, but we do this for the white, we do it for the black, we do it for the purple, we do it for the orange. Basically, what we do it for is three colors, red, white, and the blues.
And the what?
The blue.
Okay.
Red, white, and blue. Three colors that don't run.
Yeah. Never?
No.
Not even when washed?
Well, perhaps.
Then why do you see so many faded flags out there on people's houses and stuff?
Fez gays.
Oh.
Oh, flags, you said.
Flags.
I got you. Well, I like the new guy. I like the new guy a lot.
That's the Midnight Rider. It's our new producer.
You were behind this, Fez?
Oh, yeah, totally. Yeah, Wiki's on board, Elo's on board, and I totally vouch for this guy.
Thank you, Fezzy W. You are my beacon. You are someone who cares for me, and I care for you back. I care for Ron and B, too, and Sapphire.
Well, it takes me a while to get used to new people. I'm just not that way, Fez. I'm not that open to everything.
I think this guy here, the Midnight Rider, he's going to grow on you fast.
All right, we'll take a break. Let's take a quick break. Ron and Fez Show.
It's the Ron and Fez Show, XM 202.
Yeah, now put that shit under there, quick. Rub it in hard like a fucking man. Saturday, I go to the hospital, 'cause the B-list celebrity poured a bottle of hot sauce down his pants and burned his dick hole. He got blisters on his asshole. You should sue Jay Moore for pain and suffering when the doctors and nurses were laughing at you. Jay Moore disrespect him on the motherfucking radio. Cracker Jack say what? He let a dog lick his nut. He let his mama eat the jelly from a jar that he fucked. Black girl never let Jay Moore disrespect him on the motherfucking radio. Cracker Jack say what? He let a dog lick his nut. He let his mama eat the jelly from a jar that he fucked. What's bothering you?
There it is. That's the old days, Fez. That's the way the show used to be.
That was back when Eastside Dave was part of the Ron and Fez show.
Who?
Eastside Dave.
Don't know him.
Brand new producer in studio with us today on the Ron and Fez show. The Midnight Rider has now joined the program.
How are you, Ryder?
I'm fantastic, Ron and B. That producer sounds like Sissy personified.
Right.
Unlike the rider who keeps it gold, who keeps it going and flowing and moving like funk personified 365.
Jeez, he's got a lot of energy, Fez.
He really does. It's nice to have around here for a change.
Hey, Mark. Mark, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, this dick sounds like a cross between Bobby Boucher and that really bad Don King wannabe from Rocky V. You fucking unoriginal redheaded piece of shit.
Jeez. Well, this always happens when you're the new guy.
I guess people like to hate on other people. I have no hair. I'm the Midnight Rider. Hence my mask that I wear to keep mysterious under the moonlight shine.
I like the Midnight Rider, Fez.
I'm a big fan of the Midnight Rider.
I'd love to see what's under that mask, though.
Oh, no, he can't be unmasked. Cannot be unmasked.
And I never shall be, Fezzy.
You can't catch him. You can't catch the Midnight Rider.
It's the number one Eastside Dave fan. How are you?
Yeah, I want to say to this Midnight Rider gambler, or whatever the fuck his name is, that I want to put in my vote to get rid of him. See ya!
You know, we don't say... What? Whatever happened to the RonFez.net guys? They used to stay around and be friends.
Oh, yeah.
Now they yell something out and they take off.
Yeah, it's very, very different. It's a different atmosphere.
Miss Carter.
It's not one that I care for, I know that.
People talk a lot. That's all people like to do is talk and talk and talk, like a walkie-talkie with a thing the Midnight Rider does.
What?
Thing the Midnight Rider does.
I thought you said Rambler.
'Cause he don't talk. You know why? 'Cause talk equals nothing. But what does? Moves. Fist, mouth, a camel clutch here and there. The Midnight Rider knows how to lay it down, Smokey.
You need to watch more wrestling. Stoney, you're on the Ron and Fez show. Go ahead, Stoney.
Oh, hey, what's going on, Ronnie Fezzy? Hey, man, I was a big Eastside Dave fan. I thought he was a funny son of a bitch, but something about this Midnight Rider guy, I kind of like. I can't quite put my finger on it, though.
I agree with you, too. I didn't like the idea. A guy coming in a mask and a red cowboy hat, and it just wasn't something I thought I'd be into, Fez.
Right.
But there's something about the cut of his jib. I just enjoy him.
Oh, yeah, he connects with people.
Yeah.
He really does. I think that's what helped him so much in his interview process.
You need someone on your side, Ronnie B, who's going to be unknown, who's going to have that air of mystery, but still get the job done, still tackle it like a cub.
Yeah.
That's what the Midnight Rider does. And for the callers out there saying, why do I like the Midnight Rider so much? Let me ask you one question. Why do you like America? Because it represents dreams, baby.
Is that right?
And that's what the Midnight Rider does so well. He's going to take your dreams, put them into his heart, and then put them back into your heart. Sort of lots of hearts going on back and forth.
See, that's what this masked man does, the Midnight Rider. He makes you feel good. It's all the good things you want to feel about this country.
Scott, you're on Ron and Fez.
Oh, man, you got to tell this guy about the FBA, man. Just kind of put him up on it, man. We need him on there.
You know, I cannot speak for FBA, but I would love to get rid of Sapphire as a mod and move the Midnight Rider over into it. And by the way, Earl, we got to get pictures of the Midnight Rider up on all the different websites right away.
Yeah, we'll definitely get that done.
We'll definitely get that done, Ron. Definitely. I definitely know everything there is to know about independent film. Sapphire, take a look at the Rider and think to yourself, how can you find the Midnight Rider in you?
Well, he exudes confidence. He exudes the personification.
Look at you kissing ass already. You know what's Fezzy?
What's that?
Sapphire's right, and this is what I worry about. This is going to cost me and the Fainting Goat the front page of RonFez.net, and I'm going to end up getting replaced by the Midnight Rider.
It could definitely happen.
Sapphire knows it's nothing physical. It's nothing even mental with the Midnight Rider. It's all about spiritual. It's all about your inner glow and then putting it out into the world for everyone to see.
Interesting. Corey, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hiya, buddies.
Yeah.
I am going to put up a $10,000 bounty to anyone that can give me the head or the identity of the Midnight Rider, or at least someone that can do a halfway decent Dusty Rhodes impression.
You know what? I would not mind putting a bounty on the mask, Fezzy. Bring me that mask so I can find out who is the Midnight Rider.
A bounty on the mask? You can't catch the Midnight Rider. You can't let him catch you, Midnight Rider.
Ain't gonna catch me, no! They ain't gonna catch the Midnight Rider.
I like him, Fez. You did a good job here.
Thank you. It's nice.
Something oddly familiar about him, though.
It's nice to get some kudos on this. I went out and just tried to find the best person for the job, and I was lucky enough to be able to bring the Midnight Rider to the Ron and Fez show.
Fezzy W took his golden lasso and put it squarely on the shoulders of the Midnight Rider. He wrote me in. At first, the Midnight Rider said, I don't want to be working a 9-to-5 job. The Midnight Rider likes to go onto the
You
horizon.
resisted, sure.
The Midnight Rider likes to ride. But at last, I said, you know what? If I can bring some joy into the hearts of Ron and B, Fezzy W, and the rest of XM Radio, then the Midnight Rider will abide.
I don't even know what he's saying, Fez. You like it, though?
I love it.
Yeah. Spike, you're on Fez.
Hey, buddies. I missed the show the past few days. What happened to Dave?
Dave was voted off by the listeners. Something that broke all of our hearts. I think, I'm not going to tell even anybody about this. I was crying a little bit inside.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Well, I didn't think anything was going to be able to fill the void that Eastside Dave left here. But I think this man here, the Midnight Rider, as he comes riding onto the show, I think he's got a good chance of doing it.
Oh, yeah. I'm already saying Dave who, Fezzy? In a joking way. I remember,
okay.
But I say Dave who to be sarcastic.
Yeah, but you really remember it was Eastside Dave.
Who?
Eastside Dave.
I really do have a lot of memory problems. But I know one thing. With Sapphire now and Midnight Rider, we could have one of the worst shows in radio. We can do it. Before, I don't even think we were considered in radio. Now I think we're considered one of the worst.
We'll see what this team could do for us.
Oh, yeah. We're on our way. Things are starting to finally happen. Let me go to Mike. Mike, you're on Fez.
Yeah, I just want to see if we can maybe change the name to the Midnight Redhead instead of the Midnight Rider.
Midnight Redhead, I don't even know where that would come from.
It makes no sense. The rider has no hair. He has no hair color. Then, the rider only has a mask and a hat that preserves his humanity. As we are all not physical beings, but we are all moral, infinite beings.
Moral, infinite beings.
We don't need to be handcuffed by physical appearance anymore, Ron and B. All we need to realize is, as human beings, as wrestlers, as radio listeners, we all have dreams.
You know, I've never really been a part of any retarded philosophy before, but it could be something I could be open to.
Dreams, Ronnie B.
Yeah. Look who it is, our old buddy Stugatz. Stugatz, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies. I just wanted to wish the Midnight Rider good luck.
Oh, that's nice.
Good job, and I'm definitely feeling the vibe there for him. Good luck there, buddy.
Very nice to hear.
That's good to get well wishes on your very first day on the job. The Midnight Rider, the new producer on the Ron and Fez show.
The Midnight Rider appreciates that so much. It's like Christmas morning being here. And I trust you. Every day will be like Christmas morning for Ronnie B. and Fezzy W. I'm not talking about actual presents that they will receive when they have to unwrap them.
So disappointed now.
I'm talking more gifts for the mind.
Right.
Smiles.
Retarded philosophy.
Exactly.
Yeah. You're going to be okay in that mask? It looks a little hot.
Well, the mask sometimes cuts off my circulation from time to time. But that's besides the point.
Will you let that stop you, Midnight Rider?
That will never stop the Midnight Rider. They ain't gonna stop me, no. Ain't gonna stop the Midnight Rider.
They won't stop him, Ronnie. They will not stop him.
Starting to believe him now.
I gotta run to keep from hiding, baby.
I know you do.
I gotta run to keep from hiding.
One song only, huh?
I'm bound.
Matt, you're on Fez.
Hey, Midnight Rider, how are you?
I'm doing just fine, Matty. How are you?
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I did see Sapphire sneaking around with $1 million man.
Sapphire, I don't even know if you're into this or not.
Well, I don't run around on nobody, and particularly on the Midnight Rider.
Look how quick Sapphire's jumped into fucking doing a step and fetch hip voice. Nice, Sapphire.
Enjoys being Sapphire
Yeah.
all of a sudden.
That's weird.
And we'll probably fall for those furs and jewels offered by the $1 Million Man.
You're already wearing the black. We're just going to get you some yellow polka dots and you'll be on your way.
Don't fall for the money, Sapphire, because you may have monetary means when you get some of DiBiase's cash. But you are going to be morally bankrupt if you dig what I'm saying, Sapphire Sugar.
Glenn, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ronnie. Hey, Fez. How you guys doing?
Good.
I want to welcome Midnight Rider to the show. He's replaced that Dave was such a retard. This guy's so much better. My speakers are glowing. I can actually feel the glow of his eminence. He's just the man. I mean, I really want to welcome this new presence to the show.
Thank you very much.
And thank you. The glow is sunshine and moonshine put into one. That's a hell of a lot of shine, if you get me.
Speaking of shine, Sapphire, any luck with any of that other stuff you're looking for?
No, not yet.
Mm-hmm. Thought you had it, but then you didn't?
Yes, I was told one thing and the other happened.
Gee, how's that feel?
Who told you?
Our former producer told us that.
Uh-huh. Well, that's Eastside Dave for you. It's a whole new era, though.
Can't keep blaming things on him, Earl. He's not here anymore.
He's yesterday's news. Speaking of news, Fezzy, what's happening out there? We can't sit around just welcoming the rider all the time. It's time for him to just hop into the show and be part of it.
President Bush still griping about Saddam Hussein's hanging, saying it looked like a revenge killing, and it makes it harder to sell his plans in Iraq to the American people.
Didn't we all think it was a revenge killing? That's why you do kill someone?
Yeah, I thought that's what it was supposed to be.
Isn't every execution a revenge killing?
It is the eye for the eye, a tooth for a tooth philosophy.
Right.
Of, you know what, you killed all these people, now you're going to be killed in retribution and revenge.
Yeah, I think any time you execute anybody, revenge killing. He does seem depressed now, our president.
He totally seems depressed. I'm surprised that he even keeps talking about the Saddam hanging. It came up again on the 60 Minutes interview. Now he's just said this. This seems like one of those things where he would say, you know, let's move on with Iraq's future or whatever.
Right.
And he seems to be kind of fixated on this hanging. Almost like he feels bad about it. Like a little kid who goes out with a slingshot, like on the Andy Griffith Show, kills the bird, even though he shot at it, then feels really remorseful afterwards.
He did cringe on 60 Minutes, if you remember, when it came up.
Yeah, it's very odd to me how weird he looks when talking about the Saddam hanging. Almost like, all right, my longtime rival is gone, and he feels bad about it.
Like he's all alone now.
Right, yeah.
Stryker, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, Midnight Rider, a.k.a. Midnight Dog Fucker, needs to die and get off the show. He was voted off. He should leave the company.
No, you're talking about Eastside Dave. Midnight Rider, well, let's face it, he's a new guy, new blood.
Yeah.
No relation to this Eastside Dave by the Midnight Rider. The Midnight Rider is his own entity coming into your hearts and your homes. It's Midnight Rider time, baby. The era has begun.
You think it would be a little more exciting. Seems like the excitement's already rolling off the Midnight Rider.
A little bit, yeah.
Well, if some of my theme music would be put out here by Sapphire.
Sapphire's got her own problems today, right, Sapphire?
Yes.
Why are you in a bad mood, Sapphire? You don't like the name?
Well, I don't... Wait, hold on 1 minute.
I've never seen Sapphire act so strangely in all my life. He's talking mid-conversation and then...
Patrick, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ronnie, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
I got a great way to have Midnight Rider be welcome to the show. Have him do board gossip.
You know, that is something we could have the Midnight Rider do for us, because apparently we were turned down by Happy Typing Girl.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So Board Gossip was offered to Happy Typing Girl after Dave left the show.
Yeah. Flight Benefits actually sent me an email, Fez. Said she would not do it.
Wow.
Would not even give us a call.
I feel kind of insulted.
I guess what happened is Happy Typing Girl was in the East Side Dave camp, and it's going to take everybody a little time to get used to the Midnight Rider.
Yeah, the Midnight Rider, I guess he's asking for your love and your support. I guess he can't expect it overnight.
Dave, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Midnight Rider, welcome to the show. Now get your ass on the phone. Boom!
Ouch. That hurts.
Midnight Rider will do any job that you want me to. Midnight Rider will humiliate or humble himself.
Right.
To do anything. You want Midnight Rider to get you some jelly beans. You want him to work the phones. What do you want Midnight Rider to do? Midnight Rider does 1, 2, 3. After I pinned Bobby Backlund in 1978.
It's been when?
1978.
You know what I'd like you to do is get Sapphire involved in this, because Sapphire seems to be slacking off today. You didn't have all the tapes you're supposed to have, Sapphire.
Well, I was told one thing. Again, I was told that
Who's the executive producer?
Well, I am.
Sapphire.
Yes.
What? Go ahead, Saff.
What's wrong, Saffy?
Go ahead.
No, it's just something building up where I used to always tell our former producer, it was like, whenever you get the audio, it's like, once you have it ripped onto a CD, once it's ready to go, always put it into our delay. I always tell him that. Always. I was like, whatever.
That's yesterday's news.
You can't keep blaming things on the old guy.
You sound like you're going to start blaming Clinton now.
Sapphire, it's excuses. A new era has come. A new dawn. Embrace the Rider.
Embrace.
Let's talk about the future, baby.
Yeah.
I want to be with you. I want to be in your dreams, baby. I want to be with you. I want to be with
Why are you acting so homophobic, Sapphire?
Because he's grabbing me like he's about to rape me.
No, not rape.
What are you talking about?
The two of you hugging in the middle of the ring where you belong.
My cute little jelly belly. All we do is dance the groove together.
Well, can't now. Because it's Earl.
Earl Sapphire Douglas.
Look at you shaking over there. What's going on, Sapphire?
No, my heart is beating 1,000,000 miles a minute right now. I'm more mad at myself than
Why are you
anything
mad
else.
at yourself?
Because I just saw it coming, and I made a mistake. That's all.
Move on.
Yes, I'm trying to move on. And
why aren't you used to mistakes? That seems to be your calling card. You should just say Earl Douglas mistakes.
I don't want to be associated with mistakes. That's just not me. I don't want it to be me.
Then who is it?
Sapphire, the great thing about America is there's such a big, huge horizon out there. And what my suggestion to you is look at that horizon and see who you could be, Sapphire. Not the excuse maker here in this room right now, but the champion flowing in the west with the rider. That's what you could be, Sapphire.
I hope the Midnight Rider's able to build up Sapphire here.
I think it's going to happen.
Hope he can build up her confidence.
What else is happening out there, Fez?
A Virginia state legislator, his name's Frank Hargrove. He shot back at the state resolution that was going to have the state of Virginia apologize for slavery. So he is opposed to this resolution, saying that blacks should just get over it. That enough time has passed. He then added, what are we going to do? Are we going to force the Jews to apologize for killing Christ?
Right. We've accepted that. I want reparations for that. How much things would have been better without, if we would have had Jesus.
If Jesus was still around.
And we know you got the money.
So he says enough time has passed that the blacks should get over slavery.
Earl, you ready to get over it?
I don't think I'm not ready to get over it, and then certainly the nation's not ready to get over it. I mean, black people aren't ready to get over it. I mean,
Sapphire.
America's apologized for everything but slavery in this country.
Sapphire, what did I just tell you? To look to the horizon. It's time to stop looking back. It's time to stop looking in a mirror. It's time to look through a telescope into space for your hearts and your dreams.
Yeah, look into space. What about blacks in space? Let's finally make that happen.
But that's just my thing, though. It's like, how many years we've been going out into space? How many black guys have gone out into space?
I'm ready to send all of them, if it's up to me.
Well, you can't send all of them. We can only send a couple at a time.
Well, what's a reasonable amount of time to get over slavery? What's a fair amount of time?
I say 400 years. And then we put it behind us.
I mean, that seems like a really long time. That's several generations that haven't been enslaved.
Well, we had 400 years of it's been 400 years since actual slavery, but there's been slavery in other forms, like institutionalized slavery, mental slavery. There's all these various forms of slavery that's still going on to this day.
I'm just looking for a timetable. Can it be 500 years? Is another 100 years enough?
When do you stop the bitching, Sapphire?
Honestly, I think we should have like some type of National Day of Apology or just some official acknowledgement that, you know, slavery was awful and it was bad and it caused irreparable harm to blacks in this nation.
Think of it this way: at least you're not being chased by lions. So thank us for that.
Well, but we could deal with that, but we were chased by dogs, we were whipped, we were raped. We might have been chased by lions in here in America, but we got chased in other ways, cops. So there's other ways that we've been chased down.
So you don't want to you want to be away from the law. You think you should get, what about one day where you could just do the riots like you did in L.A., where everybody was happy that day?
No, I don't think rioting will solve the problem either, rioting and looting.
One day of it. And then we're all back to normal.
Can we pick the spot?
Walmart. We will open up every Walmart and let you guys rip it to fucking shreds.
That sounds fair. And then we don't have to hear about it anymore.
What do you think, Ryder? You ready?
I think it'd be fun if they want to let out a little bit of their aggression, a little bit of their souls to riot in Walmart for one day. Sure, you can get some sneakers, some roller skates, whatever you want to do, but then let's get back to being humans.
Why can't we all be just here together, Earl?
I would love to be.
Bad things happen to everybody.
Oh, of course, but there's always been acknowledgement that bad things have happened to people. I mean, they've acknowledged the Holocaust and that it's been an awful thing, and Jews were actually reparated for the Holocaust throughout the country and throughout the world.
You want your own homeland in the Middle East?
Didn't you have Nigeria?
No, it used to be Rhodesia, now it's Zimbabwe, but...
Take it. Get over there.
No, but, the whole end of the Civil War, they didn't even give us the 40 acres and a mule that they promised.
Is that what you want, 40 acres and a mule?
That was the deal that was made.
Let me tell you something, Sapphire, you can't ride a mule very far. Mules only go about 25, 30 yards, Sapphire.
That isn't very far in the scheme of things.
Thank you, Ryder. Maddie, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, I just want to give a big yeehaw to the Midnight Rider.
Thank you, baby.
People love the Rider. Toons, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Sapphire, the uppity black producer.
Oh, sorry about that, Sapphire. I'm going to give him this.
White people are so scared of black people.
Maybe, how much money do you want, Earl? I'll come up with something myself.
Basically for myself or for black people in general?
Just for you.
$10 million.
$10 million for what? Seriously. You honestly think you personally deserve $10 million?
Well, I mean, that's a small. I still think it's a very small fraction for what blacks have contributed to this country. They built this nation. They built it into the superpower that it was.
What did you build? They send in a check for $10 million.
Well, I didn't really build anything, but it's just...
You honestly think you deserve $10 million?
I think $10 million is a fair price.
For what?
A fair price for what?
A fair price for work that you personally didn't do.
You remember you weren't enslaved, right?
Yes, I was not enslaved. But I think $10 million is a fair price.
We can't understand for what.
Well, I mean, it's a legacy thing.
But how do you personally benefit off this? It would be one thing if you said, all black people, but you say $10 million to you, Earl Douglas, like you personally did something.
Well, I look at it as far as, I'm looking more from a legacy standpoint for what my forefathers did and what my...
How many fathers did you have?
4.
You never knew which one was which?
That's a difficult predicament you've been in, Sapphire, with 4 fathers, 4 daddies. But I'll tell you one thing, everybody's your daddy now. America.
I like the Rider, Fez.
Yeah, he makes a lot of sense, I think.
Hey, Andrew, you're on Ron and Fez.
What's up, buddies?
Yeah.
Hey, I love this old Midnight Rider, but man, it's got a Cassius Clay and Muhammad Ali ring to it.
You never had cable, did you, Andrew? Never had the cable. 866-RON-0-FEZ, 866-RON-0-FEZ. Hey, Marianne, you're on Ron and Fez. Go ahead, Marianne.
Maryland.
Maryland.
Hey, guys. I have to agree with Fezzy on this one. Earl, it's not like you were enslaved. And in all honesty, you make more money than a lot of people that I know, and I know for a fact you do. And so you're saying that somebody who makes less per year than you do is supposed to pay you money because ancestors you've never talked to, you've never had any contact with, were enslaved by us?
Yeah, nobody can understand you coming up with that figure, Earl.
Well, it was just, it was a number that I threw out. I think, how many blacks are in this nation?
I bet I could, if you let me negotiate, Marilyn, I could get it down to about 400 hours. I know I could. If I said 400 hours of deals off the table, they'd be saying yeah.
Maybe $400 in a pizza party.
You can negotiate it down to a tax rebate?
Sapphire, do me this favor. Look over at the rider. Here's a guy who has nothing. He's got a hat, a mask, and just one more silver dollar. That's all he's got. And you could be with him. If you learn to dance.
Ride together.
America.
Come on, Sapphire. It's time to get funky like a monkey, boogie until we woogie, baby. Let's dance it now.
There you go, Fezzy.
Come on.
Oh, look at this.
Come on. Come on, Fast. Come on, Fast. Shake it, baby. Give me that something.
The Midnight Rider and Sapphire.
That's it, baby. Come on, here. Give me growing love, Sappy. Yeah, baby. Come on, get there. Get funky with it, too.
This is the happiest I've seen Sapphire in a while.
I know, Sapphire's dancing.
Yeah.
So's the rider.
Play it up. Come on.
This new producer has brought a lot more energy to the show.
I love it.
Yeah.
Make it happen, Sappy. Come on, Sapphire. Come on, Sapphire. Come on.
Hey, Schnittick, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yes, I just wanted to congratulate the Midnight Rider, our newest mod on FBA.
All right,
Yeah, baby. I can't wait to go to that website. I'm not particularly familiar with it.
You're not?
Absolutely not, Fezzy W, but when I'm there, Midnight Rider's going to put FBA into my heart of dreams.
You got to remember, he is new in town, Fezzy.
Oh, yeah.
And the Midnight Rider will be appearing on Pal Talk tonight to answer questions.
Yes, at around 11 o'clock, Midnight Rider will be there in Pal Talk in his...
What?
In parts unknown.
In parts unknown.
I can't tell you where the Midnight Rider will be broadcasting from.
Right.
Somewhere around a campfire, I would imagine.
Why don't you just show up at midnight, and that could be your gimmick?
I'd love to, Ron and B. Sometimes the Midnight Rider needs a little shut-eye so that he can ride in the morning.
I understand. Hey, Glenn, you're on Ron and Fez. How are you?
Hi, Ronnie, it's Glenn. Earl said that the government never issued an apology for slavery. Actually, they did. It was called the Civil War, and there was a speech, if I recall, called the Gettysburg Address, where Abraham Lincoln actually acknowledged that it was wrong. Second of all, he mentioned the Jews and the reparations. Earl, did you ever even trace your tree to see if any of your ancestors were even slaves, that your family's even entitled to reparations? And reparations usually have to do with assets that were lost. I mean, what assets were lost from your family that deserve reparations?
What about free labor for God knows how long?
Not $10 million worth.
Can you, first of all, have you traced your family tree to see if your descendants even were slaves?
I can only go back as far as, I think, the mid-1800s.
You can only go back to Queens.
So how do you know if your family were even slaves, that you're even entitled? I'm a Jew. I can't get reparations.
I think his dad lost the tires off their town car one time.
So we'll give you $50, Earl. Maybe that'll make you happy.
What do you say, Earl Fitty?
Well, to answer one of your questions regarding reparations, Senator Al D'Amato led this big charge to get reparations from Swiss banks for I can't remember.
Jewish families that lost assets.
Those people, not everybody, just the families.
That they lost something. I can't get a nickel. I'm Jewish. It's like saying I'm Jewish. My ancestry were persecuted in Germany. I want some money. I mean, I can't get a nickel. You've got to prove that you lost assets. I have to prove my family lost assets.
This is what you need to do to feel better. Come on, dance again, Sapphire. Thanks, Glenn. Now you're better.
Feel the motion. Feel it.
A little more cowbell.
Come on, Sapphire. Grind it to me. Come on. Show me power. Show me love with your body, baby. Make it smooth. Come on, Sapphire.
They are getting down.
Yeah, they are. They're getting down.
All right, Sapphire. Where's those legs, baby? Peace.
Well, Fez, look who's online here. It must be that time now. It's the happy typing girl, and
Razzle dazzle. It's bored gossip with Eastside Dave.
A little gossip, a little chat, a little idle talk. That's the old guy.
Okay, midnight right now familiar.
How you doing, happy typing girl?
Hi, Ron. You know that I didn't mean to insult you by not calling, right?
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. I know you're busy and you're little queen bee.
No, there was a little bit of backlash from my call on Friday on the board. Some people apparently find me calling in to be annoying.
Really?
Yeah.
Isn't it funny how the boards always get annoyed with things? You never realize that until you get on the radio.
Yeah. So that's a little board gossip for you, I guess.
I like it. I liked it just so you see what it feels like. Hey, happy typing girl, I know you and all the other naked girls from FBA were upset about Dave being out. But what's the feeling right now about Midnight Rider, his replacement?
Dave who?
Exactly.
That's
wow,
right, baby.
Dave who?
That's the impact that the Midnight Rider's having on this scene.
Yeah.
Long live the Midnight Rider. He's the best thing I ever heard.
Yeah, he is. Now, he will be appearing on Pal Talk tonight, which would be like 12 o'clock in the Maritimes. Fuzzy, I don't know what that is there, but he can't show up on Eastern Time at midnight because you get tired.
Exactly, right.
Yeah,
exactly right.
So it's midnight Maritimes.
Okay.
Is that what it is? What's the next one over?
There's Eastern. Is there Atlantic?
Maybe it's the Atlantic time zone.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Some people were calling him the 11:30 rider.
All right, the 11:30 rider might not be bad.
Okay, that could be pushed a little bit, too.
Yeah.
Because the rider does like to watch his TV shows, and that David Letterman comes on at 11:30. But, Mariah can make an exception from time to time.
Well, I'll make sure I clear my plans to be there, and welcome to FBA also. We definitely could use a decent mod around there.
Yeah, I know, after the Eastside Dave.
After that debacle.
Yeah. All right, HTG.
Thanks, Ron.
Talk to you later.
Fez.
Bye-bye. Ah, she's such a nice girl.
She's a sweetheart.
You know what? She makes everybody happy. Everybody gets happy talking to her.
She seems so pleasant.
Yeah, she
on
is.
the telephone.
Yeah.
Midnight Rider, I'd love to meet HTG.
Yeah.
That's her name? Okay.
Yeah.
He'd love to meet this woman.
You're not cracking a code. It's only initials.
Okay.
Wait till you meet some of these ladies. You're going to be very happy.
Ryder's going to be so happy.
Yeah.
Ryder hasn't seen a lot of ladies.
I know. Well, tonight at 11:30, you'll be naked with just your mask on. Just sitting there enjoying yourself.
I'm not sure if the rider's going to go that far, Ron and B. See, I think the rider more is going to keep his clothes on. But
Sapphire, will you be there with him tonight, please? Can we count on you?
If the rider wants me there, I'll be there.
Fez, could you really get some yellow polka dots for him, and we'll just stick on things?
Sure, that's easy enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem with that.
Dave, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yes, I have a question for Earl. Should white people whose ancestors weren't in the country during slavery have to pay him reparations too?
Yeah, that's a good one, Earl.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah. And you got to remember, Earl, even my people that were here, we were all bluebellies. So you should be thanking us.
Think about it.
Right, there he is. There's Sapphire's putting on Post-it notes.
Look, it's so lovely.
We really do need to get this picture
Well, Earl?
taken for him. Next break, we'll try to get it up right away.
That's my little glitter bug.
Yeah, move them around a little bit, Chris, so it all looks nice. And yeah, keep them on the front for the picture anyway.
Yeah, it looks a little. Yeah, you move them around, it looks a little more polka dotty.
Yeah, you want to have. Yeah, you were not trying to fill it up, but just try to make it look nice and polka dotty. But wait, fix it first so you got some space. And then Dave, you get next to him. Yeah.
The rider will absolutely do that.
What did I say?
Oh, you're confused.
I'm still using the old guy's name.
Exactly. That's going to happen for a
Yeah.
while. It's like putting 06 on your check.
What am I, crazy?
Yeah.
Still calling people by, Wonder Boy. Listen to
There
me.
you
I
did it
can't.
again.
Billy Staples, would you stand next to...
That's Midnight Rider.
Midnight Rider. I get so confused.
They all run together after a while.
Flip-ups are bound to happen, Ron and Fez.
I understand.
So many people have come and gone in your time.
Right. I understand. All right, we'll get next to him. And, there we go. It's Sapphire and... Yeah, there you go. Very nice. Sapphire and the Midnight Rider together. And we'll try to get these right over to Mikey Boy as quickly as we can and get them up.
We'll see how quick we can get those on ronfez.net.
I do feel bad because I know I'm going to lose the front page. I'm going to lose the front page. And I really enjoyed the one with me and Febreze the Fainting Goat.
Sapphire looks so good in her new outfit.
Steve, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Sapphire, I was just wondering, you should be ashamed of yourself about wanting reparations, taking advantage and wanting a free ride off the pain of your ancestors. You had nothing to do with that. I mean, how old are you, 200 years old? You weren't there. It had nothing to do with you personally.
It's our legacy and it's our blood. Why can't we even acknowledge the fact that this is a part of American history? Everyone's like, get over it.
I learned it in school.
No, but you know what I mean, though. Like, every time the idea of, like, we should do something for slavery comes up, it's like, oh, we should get over it. Everyone else that's been enslaved or persecuted, it's like, oh, it's terrible, we should do something about it, we should remember. Slavery, it's always, we got to forget about it. Let's move on. Why can't we move forward?
Isn't there a museum in D.C. now?
Well, they're building one.
I thought all D.C. was a museum to black people.
Who do you think built D.C.?
Please, Earl. I don't know where you get off saying built. If someone didn't have the plans, how the hell are we going to build it? I don't see any giant buildings over in Africa.
Well, we get the pyramids.
That's the Arabs that did that. Would you please not try to take that from them?
Well, they're dark, too.
You consider the Arabs African Americans?
Well, they're definitely Africans, but they're, darker skin. They're not white.
No, they're Arabs is what they are.
They're from the Middle East. Even if it's on the continent of Africa, it's still considered the Middle East.
Why don't you start trying to steal Chinese people, too, or I'll make them yours, because they're not white.
He'll want to get paid for the railroads next.
And that was the Irish, who didn't get jack shit. You don't see me making a big deal out of it. You know why, Earl? Like the writer, I look on. I look on to the future, and so shall you.
American dream.
Come on, Sapphire.
He's just a common man.
Come on, Sapphire.
Working hard with his hands.
They love to dance together, these
They
two.
do.
The Midnight Rider and Sapphire.
Do a bunny hop, Sapphire. Do a bunny hop.
Hey, Mouth, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, yo.
What's up, buddy?
We should go ahead and pay reparations, because even Earl couldn't disagree with this. If all the whites gave all the blacks every cent in America, the whites would have it back within a year. Meow.
You sounded tough until the little meow kitty thing at the end, and then you really sounded a little bit embarrassed. Hey, John, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what kind of reparations should we pay to Native Americans? They lost the entire United States of America. What should they get?
Well, they got casinos.
Yeah, other than casinos, how many of those are around?
Around here, tons.
It's plenty.
Yeah.
And the Seminole Tribe just bought the Hard Rock Company.
Is that right?
Yeah. Bought every Hard Rock in the country. So something's going right there.
They took the whole Indian Nation. Who did that song? Was it Paul Revere and the Raiders?
Cherokee Nation was Paul Revere and the Raiders.
Oh. Well, this is odd of them to pick that one out, huh? For themselves. Hey, we need to take a break here. We'll be back. Brand new producer on the show, Fezzies.
I got one more silver dollar, baby. I ain't gonna let him catch me.
Keep from hiding.
It's the Ron and Fez show.
I'm bound to keep on riding. And I got one more silver dollar. And I ain't gonna let them catch me, no. I ain't gonna let them catch the midnight rider.
Ron Bennington, Fez Watley, the Ron and Fez show. XM 202.
Hi, we're XM satellite radio personalities Ron and Fez.
And we're super excited to announce some of the great new channels coming soon to XM.
XM has something for everyone. Say, Fez, are you concerned about the bird flu?
Boy, am I, Ron. But how can I stay informed?
With XM's Health Watch.
Will that give me all the info I need on bird flu?
No, it won't, Fez, but it will give you the satisfaction of hearing sick poultry put to death. 24 hours of infected chickens, ducks, and geese all being put out of their misery.
That's great. Now instead of feeling like a dead duck, I can listen to one.
Next in time for the holidays, it's the XM Family Channel.
That sounds festive.
Did I mention that it's XM's dysfunctional family channel? You'll feel like you're home for the holidays with the sounds of an estranged family suffering through a tense meal.
Turkey's really good. Oh, yeah, it's great.
Then, if you're feeling handy, check out XM's Tool. Nothing but songs about those great gadgets we can't live without.
Stop. Hammer time.
Now cut like a knife.
Hey, is this a jukebox or a toolbox? Next up is XM's Anna, the channel for anorexics. It's a channel full of motivational sayings for girls who just can't be thin enough.
Hey, fat stuff! I can barely see your collarbone. You want to eat or you want to be pretty?
You weigh 70 pounds? You pig.
Gee, I hope XM isn't spreading itself too thin. We hope you enjoyed your tour of what's coming soon to XM. And stay tuned for even more channels to be announced.
And remember, at XM Satellite Radio, you can never be too specific.
Back with the Ron and Fez show. 866-RON-0-FEZ, toll-free phone number 866-766-0339. You can always email us at ronandfez@aol.com.
New era for the Ron and Fez show, Fezzy. We got a brand new producer and a sidekick, Sapphire.
The Midnight Rider is our new producer on this show. Show came riding in today, and for some reason Earl is just now his girl Friday, Sapphire.
Well, you're doing a great job, Sapphire. Everybody's crazy about you. Whether you get reparations or not, you've always got a place on this show.
Well, thank you, Ronnie. It's good. It's good to hear that.
Do you want money from me personally, Earl? Do you want me to pay?
No, not from you personally. I mean, I think it's more government money.
What about us, Earl? White people ever get anything? A little payback for Tarzan? Remember, you did have Tarzan. You kept him.
Or he kind of kept us. He just kind of hung around. Well, he was kind of lost, and we kind of adopted.
What was the entire deal on Tarzan?
Tarzan,
he was an Englishman, right?
Yeah, he was a baby.
Yeah.
And got, I think his family was like shipwrecked off of Africa.
Right.
He ended up in the mainland or something and raised by gorillas.
Don't be a racist, Earl. I mean, Fez. All right, so he's raised by gorillas, right?
Right.
So they teach him the gorilla ways.
Exactly.
Then how did he end up getting the elephants to do what he wanted?
It's like he was raised in the jungle, learned the way the gorillas raised him.
Right, but a gorilla can't make an elephant stampede.
No, that's true. So maybe he just started hanging out with elephants, too, along the way, growing up.
So did he think he was an elephant, too? Because he got all the animals. He was almost like on a land type of Aquaman, where whatever he wanted the animals to do, they would do.
Yeah, any jungle creature, whether it was lion, tiger. I think.
And no one could ever pull that off before in history, right?
No, never.
So what made him the king of all the animals?
What about St. Francis of Assisi? He was well known for being a friend to the animals.
All right, great point, Ryder. But here's the thing: did you ever see St. Francis swinging on a swing, on a vine?
No, I never saw that in the Bible. No, Ronnie B.
Right. So that's what I'm talking about. How was Tarzan, being that here he wasn't a Catholic saint, able to get these animals to do stuff?
Yeah, instead of just being eaten.
Mark, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, hey, buddies. I just wanted to call to control Fez on only having the second mic for a couple of days, and he's lost it again to the new guy.
Well, I think that when Fez finally gets over this heart attack, he's going to be back bigger than ever. Right, Fez?
Totally.
When, though? David, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, I wanted to let the Midnight Rider know that if he can get his hands on a chef outfit, I know where he can get a blowjob.
All right, see, some of this stuff, it's not even called for. Ryder, I know you're the new guy here.
Yeah.
Mind if I call you Ryder?
Absolutely not. I want people to be comfortable with the Rider.
Can I call you Mid?
Sure, you can call me Mid if you'd like. That's a little...
You don't mind any of this?
That's a little more uncommon to call someone Mid.
And you're more common.
Because I'm for the common man.
I see.
Joey Lunch Pail. I was going to say Joey Punch Mail, and that wouldn't make any sense, Ronnie B.
Hey, Joey Punch Mail, you finally got somebody to look up to. The Midnight Ram Rider.
That's right.
I was honestly cracking up how quickly you fucking blew it. We're saying Midnight Ramble. Fucking 2 lines in. It's me, everybody, the Midnight Rambler.
I'm surprised you didn't come in and call yourself the Midwife Rider.
Well, the Rider does listen to...
The midwife. I ride midwives up and down the coast.
The Rider does listen to classic rock, and the Stones happen to be on right before messing up the Rider's brain.
Bullshit. You bullshit liar. You haven't heard that song in years. You just can't fucking maintain a bit. You can't maintain a bit. Let me go to Matt. Matt, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, how did Tarzan get such tremendous upper body strength?
Well, the vines, right?
Yeah, he's living off the land. He's got a very physical existence.
And a lot of that stuff, anyway, too, is just genetics. His father was in tremendous shape before he passed away.
Lord Greystoke.
Yeah, of the Greystokes.
Of the British Greystokes.
So, for some reason, people fell in love with that story back then, and now it's one of those stories that people don't care about.
Yeah, even the Broadway musical didn't do very well.
How could it?
Yeah.
You want to go out and see shit like that?
And all those Disney things do fine on Broadway.
Well, they used to, if you go back, they used to make those movies in the 20s and 30s and 40s. They would be making one a week. And I don't think we've had a hit since the Tarzan TV show in the 60s.
Yeah, with Ron Eli.
Yeah, it's been a long time since people cared about that myth.
Every now and then they'll try to do it again. That Bo Derek Tarzan movie was out quite a few years ago. But it just never catches on again.
Well, it might have been Bo Derek being in the trouble. Here's Chris. Chris, you're on Ron and Fez.
Well, of course you didn't like the Bo Derek Tarzan movie, Fez. It had naked girls in it.
Sure.
But listen, this is how he got everyone to listen to him. You know, he was raised by the gorillas, so of course that's where he learned, the animal stuff. And then he was just white, you know?
This is cruel.
Interesting.
It's just cruel. Earl, this is why you needed money for that. That joke alone. You needed a few bucks for.
But did you notice Tarzan had one call for all the animals?
Mm-hmm.
It was that thing.
What was it?
I can't do it.
Come on. Oh, that is good. That's it. You're punching your stent. I feel very comfortable with that.
I don't think I can do it without actually trying to hit my chest.
I don't think you could do it even when you were hitting your chest. You've got the fucking ability to shout of an emphysema victim. Here is Bambino. You're on Fez.
Hey, buddies.
Yeah.
I was wondering if the Gumshoe Gang could crack the identity of the Midnight Rider for us.
Wow, you really want to go through another Gumshoe Gang, huh?
Yes, please.
Earl, we haven't played one of those in a long time. You got one?
You got a Gumshoe Gang?
Yeah, we got one ready.
What those pesky kids are up to today?
Yeah, let's see what they're doing.
It's the adventures of the Gumshoe Gang, the world's worst kids detective agency. Today's episode, cardiac arrest.
You know, Ralphie, it sure is great to take a break from all our crime solving.
You said it, Butterball. The Gumshoe Gang deserves some time off. Come on, let's go over to the drugstore and I'll treat you to a Lime Ricky.
Gee, thanks, Ralphie. You're a pal.
Uh-oh, Butterball. Looks like vacation's over. See who's coming out of the drugstore?
It's old man Wilson. So what?
Look closer, Butterball. You see what he's got in his hand? It's a bottle of pills.
Ralphie, you mean...
That's right, Butterball. Old man Wilson is doing drugs. And we gotta stop him.
Gee, looks like a job for...
the Gumshoe Gang! Come on, Butterball, get him!
What are you boys doing?
What do I do, Ralphie? What do I do?
Fight his arm, Butterball, so he drops those pills.
Ow, my arm! Stop it! For God's sake, stop it!
He's still going for those pills, Ralphie!
My pills! I need my pills!
That's called addiction, Mr. Wilson. We learned about it in school.
Ralphie, he really wants those pills!
Butterball, stuff your jacket in his mouth, and then again over his face so he can't take any.
Got it, Ralphie!
That's it. That's it. Old man Wilson is finally settling down.
I think he's dead, Ralph.
Well, at least we stopped him from taking any more drugs.
Ralphie, Butterball, what happened out here?
Don't worry, Pharmacist Earl. Old man Wilson here was trying to take drugs.
But the Gumshoe Gang stopped him. Unfortunately, he's dead now. I guess because of a life of drug abuse.
Boys, Mr. Wilson wasn't abusing drugs. That was his heart medicine. I gave him those pills to save his life. And it would have worked, too, if it hadn't been for you meddling kids.
We're sorry.
Now get out of here before the cops show up.
Gee, Ralphie, I guess we should have checked the facts on that case.
Shh, quiet, Butterball. Look through the drugstore window there. Isn't that Mrs. Dobkins?
Yeah, looks like she's getting a flu shot.
Yeah, flu shot? Or heroin?
Ralphie, you mean...
Get your jacket, Butterball. Looks like another job for...
the Gumshoe Gang!
All right, it is the Ron and Fez show. Hanging out here with Sapphire and the midwife Ryder. And off we go, Fezzy, into a brand new era.
This is it. We got new producers here on the Ron and Fez show. Welcome to the Midnight Rider and his valet, Sapphire.
Corey, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies, what's going on?
Yeah.
I just wanted to ask Fez, was that Chewbacca or was that a Tarzan call?
It was pretty weak.
That was my Tarzan yell.
Let's hear it again, without hurting yourself.
All right.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. Jeff, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's going on, Ron?
Yeah.
Hey, I was going to tell you, man, the thing with Tarzan is he didn't so much control the animals, is that he could just speak all of their languages. So he was able to persuade them more than control them through, like, mimicry. He was actually a really cool character. They had a comic book where he was paired up with the Predator creature from the movies, and he killed, like, 3 of them because he's like a aboriginal Superman.
What?
That's a stretch.
Doesn't even make any sense.
No, I swear to God, it was a Tarzan comic book that showed him. It was based on the original, like, Edgar Rice Burroughs, character, and they had like 3 Predator creatures. Like,
are you telling me that that's where Predator came from, Tarzan?
No, that's not where he came from. But in the
I'll tell you this: the Predator was definitely black. That's the one black alien I ever knew for a fact was the Predator.
Well, the Predator was paired with a lot of popular characters, like Predator vs. Batman, Predator vs. A lot of comic book characters, and Tarzan was one of them on Dark Horse Comics, and he killed like 3 of them out there in his little jungle.
I just can't believe that Tarzan could speak every animal language, because why couldn't any other animal do that?
Yeah, you would think anyone else would be able to mimic the animals.
The only other person that could pull off something close was Top Cat. And you really don't even hear about him anymore.
I have seen this man on National Geographic.
Yeah.
They call him the Dog Whisperer. And he's able to communicate with canines in a way that most humans cannot. So some people can mimic animals.
All right, what does he say to dogs? Come here, boy, good boy.
I've heard him bark.
Because I've seen that done. I've seen people make them bark and sit down. It's nothing new.
I can communicate with cats by just using my electric can opener.
Well, this is news to me, but I'm pretty sure some people can communicate with animals.
Oh, Midnight Rider.
That's our new producer, the Midnight Rider, in studio in mask.
Eric, you're on Ron and Fez.
Buddies.
Yeah.
14314.
Hey, bro. What's up?
Hey, I'm convinced the new producer is Joe Poo.
No comment.
All we know is parts unknown, weight unknown.
The Midnight Rider's not going to tell you. He's not going to unveil his identity to you. Why? Because it ruins the surprise of a golden dream. That is the Midnight Rider.
A golden stream?
Dream, run it be.
Yeah.
Maybe the mask is obstructing my words from time to time. Because you called me the midwife rider before, and I didn't... That's not the name, Ronnie.
You've never delivered a child.
No.
Rick, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up, Ron and Fez? I got two questions, one for Earl and one for the Midnight Rider.
Sure.
Does he have a girlfriend that's the noontime walker?
It's possible, baby, but the Midnight Rider loves all the ladies who walk the earth, not just one.
And let me ask Earl something. Does Earl think that only black people were only people enslaved ever?
Yeah, no, they weren't the only enslaved people ever, but there's always been an acknowledgement of that. I mean, on a whatever scale, on a national scale. I think it's time that we finally acknowledge the fact that, this is how this country was built. It was built on the backs of slaves, and acknowledge that. And
no, it wasn't. There was some cotton made. There wasn't any fucking buildings done, Earl. Name me one building that fucking slaves did. What fucking bricklaying skills did you think your people came here from Africa? It never fucking happened.
We don't mean, built being metaphorical, not a literal sense.
You fucking worked in the cotton fields.
It was a pretty nice job. At least it was outdoors, for crying out loud. Not like 9 to 5 working in a cubicle. Be happy for what you did, Sapphire, and move on.
Well, how would you like to be a slave who was forced to make cold calls all day? That's the fucking nightmare.
That's brutal.
Mr. Watley, are you happy with your insurance program now?
I'm having dinner. Please stop.
You don't understand. Master will kill me. Can you please stay on the line with me?
I'm on the National Do Not Call Registry.
Mike, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, Midnight Rider there sounds a lot like Big A. What are you guys trying to pull?
No comment. No comment at all.
No relation.
Is that you, Big A, under there?
I'm not going to say who it is. It's your mind. It's your mind's eye that's underneath this mask.
My mind's eye?
Your mind's eye. It's sort of an existential type of deal.
I understand.
Yes.
You are whoever I want you to be.
That's exactly what the Midnight Rider is, what he represents to you.
Right.
You want me to be a black man, a big man who stutters, a redheaded man. People want this for some reason. It's not any of the above. Or maybe it is. Maybe it's all of the above. It's your mind's eye, baby.
He's such a mystery, the Midnight Rider.
It's retarded philosophy. You can't beat it. Hey, Bill, you're on Ron Fez.
29875, my brother.
Hey, bro.
Hey, now that we got this Sapphire, you think we can get her to do some extreme games unlike the former producer?
Sapphire? Is there going to be an extreme week this year?
Yes, we'll definitely be an extreme week this year.
I am definitely. We're definitely going to get on that. Definitely going to do it.
Yeah, we'll do the extreme week. I'm ready for it. I'm up for anything at this point. Almost anything.
Nothing. You're up for nothing, or other than knowing that if you could put something off to tomorrow, you feel like you keep your job today. That's the beauty of you.
No, I try to get things done, and I accomplish things. But no, if they want to do the extreme week, I'll do the extreme
What's
week.
the last thing that you really got done for the show, Earl? If you had to be honest.
Well, I can't even say it yet because I don't want to blow it up.
So what's the last thing you did in the past?
Last thing I did in the...
We don't want to hear your Ron Wood story.
Again. Like at this particular moment, I can't think of anything at this particular moment.
I know, so how do you cash a check? How can you sit there and cash a fucking check every 2 weeks if you can't come up with anything that you've done for the show ever?
Never mind reparations. Never mind looking for a bonus here.
XM deserves reparations along with CBS after what you've done to them all the NEW years.
A new report out of the Bahamas claims that Anna Nicole Smith's husband, Howard K. Stern, gave her son Daniel the methadone that led to his death, then flushed the pills down the toilet in an attempt to cover all this up. So they were wondering where this kid got methadone at to go along with his antidepressants that led to his fatal heart attack.
If I would have said anybody, it was Whitey, the KKK guy. That's where I used to get mine, from a KKK fucking guy.
So now we'll see if Howard K. Stern ends up in some sort of courtroom in the Bahamas. This thing seemed like such a tragic accident, and now it doesn't look like the Bahamas wants to let this thing go.
What are they going to... Have you been to the Bahamas, Fez?
No, I've never been.
Mall security could take over the Bahamas tomorrow.
I know that Anna Nicole was trying to move there permanently, and I think they kicked her out.
All you got to do is leave, and they're not going to be able to pull you back.
So, what are you giving a kid methadone for?
Chill him out a little bit. Give him 48 hours, just relaxing, smoking one cigarette over 48 hours. Well, it had to be mixed with something, because people take methadone all the time.
Yeah, I think this was mixed like with 2 different antidepressants.
I blame the antidepressants. Why isn't anybody saying that? Why is it always methadone's fault?
Yeah, they're calling it a lethal cocktail.
They all are. They all are, Fezzy. Let me go over here to Wes. Wes, you're on Ron and Fez show.
11785, buddies.
Hey, buddy.
I was going to say the Midnight Rider sounds a lot like Earl's cousins from Arkansas, if you remember back to the Hypnotism show.
Oh, yeah. By the way, the Hypnotist is due back here on Friday. Now, the Hypnotist asked for outsiders, listeners, to join into this. But after the water accident out west, I think we're going to keep it to in-house people. So, Fez, you're going to do it.
Yeah, I want to. Don the Hypnotist will be here. I want to get hypnotized again.
Let me ask you something, Midnight Rider. Would you like to be hypnotized?
I would love to be hypnotized. I'd run through fire in a gasoline suit for this show. If it goes under hypnotism, I'll do that, too.
Is it yes or no?
Yes. That's a yes from the Midnight Rider.
Because I'm not from down south. I don't understand all the rambling.
It's a very wordy yes.
Maybe you are the Midnight Rambler.
No, it's the Rider, Ronnie B.
Just the way you ramble on.
It's the Rider.
Yeah. Earl, you don't want to do it, right? You're afraid of it? You said that you're afraid some voodoo will jump in your ass?
No, I don't want to do it. It would just... I'd rather have my dark secrets dark and kept in my head.
God.
What dark secrets?
What
you
could you
live here every
possibly do?
day.
Yeah.
Sapphire just said 2 minutes ago he'd undergo Extreme Challenge Week.
Right.
2 minutes later, 120 seconds, Sapphire backs down.
That is true, Sapphire.
Sapphire, be positive. Be with us. Be with the show now.
Oh, the writer's cutting a promo on you, Sapphire.
Learn to live with Team Ronnie and Team Fezzy.
I got run.
One person, one soul, hypnotism, together, unified.
I'm bound to keep on riding. And I got one.
Even after he breaks character, I'm going to make him keep the mask on. No one can ever find out who you are, Midnight Rider.
Absolutely not. I don't even know what character you refer to, Ronnie B.
You can't let him catch you.
Not gonna let him catch me, no.
Steve, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, buddy.
Going back to the Tarzan thing, I saw a porno years ago with Rocco Siffredi, and it was pretty good. I mean, he met Jane in the jungle, and he just banged her all over the place. They brought him back to the house, cleaned him up, and he just proceeded to bang every chick in the house. And it was a pretty wild flick. And I really like the Nightlight Rambler character.
The Nightlight Rambler.
He gets a little nervous when it's time to go to sleep.
He needs his nightlife. Here's Dan. Dan, you're on Ron and Fez.
What's going on, buddy?
Hey, buddy.
I think this Midnight Rider guy sounds like Anthony Michael Hall from Weird Science when he was drunk.
Chicks can't hold that smoke.
Yeah.
Joe, you're on the Ron and Fez show. Go ahead, Joe.
Hey, I was wondering if Midnight Rider could do a few impressions.
It depends on the impression, but sure.
Which ones do you do?
I can do Phil Rizzuto. for the Yankees.
The Midnight Rider does a Phil Rizzuto impression?
From the Money Store?
Sure, yeah.
All right, let's hear it.
Here's the pitch to Roger Maris. Out goes the ball. Holy cow. 61 home runs for Roger Maris in 1961. Holy cow.
Rizzuto was calling games in 61?
Yeah, that was one of his first calls, I believe, Ronnie B. He was a color commentator at that time, not the play-by-play that he evolved to.
People are so scared of black people.
He wasn't colored. Chris, you're on Ron and Fez. Go ahead, Chris, you're on the air, buddy. Once, twice, you're out, pal. Let me go over here to Mike. Mike, you're on Ron and Fez.
Buddies, I'm glad you did the right thing and hired Gail O.
Boy, that Gail O call yesterday might have been an all-time weirdness for the show.
She was just so upset that Paulo, her husband, our movie reviewer, has moved out on her, and now he's living with his new girlfriend, Melly. And she is just nuts over this thing that Paulo finally packed up and left.
Well, you say nuts, Fezzy, but I've never heard her more lucid. In all the years we've talked to her on the phone, I've never heard her more grounded in the reality of where she is right now.
Well, you're right. She did know exactly what was going on with Paul, because It was not like she was just all downed out and they were coming and going as they pleased with her unconscious to it.
And I've heard years go by where she didn't seem to know one thing for another.
And she is trying to work it out.
Yeah. Turtle, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies.
Yeah.
The Midnight Rider sounds like a really, really bad Dusty Rhodes and a sullen douche. When is the Nature Boy going to lay the smack down on it?
You know, Turtle, it was okay when you hated Dave, but you can't come in and hate every producer we have on the show.
It just sounds like it's monotonous.
Yeah, it is, Ryder.
You know, it's time to be positive, people. It's time to look at the stars and stripes, look at America, and realize, let's do this together. Stop the hate. Turtle is this man's name? Get back on your show.
America. There's Sapphire up. There she goes.
Come on, Pappy.
He's just a common man, working hard with his hands. He's just a common man, working hard for a man. Hey, he's a man.
I told you, Fezzy, I would be launched already on the front of ronfez.net front page. It is a picture of the Midnight Rider along with Sapphire, who for whatever reason is just wearing post-it notes, polka dots.
All right, there they are, the new producing team of the Ron and Fez show, right there on the front page of ronfez.net.
And I'm down, and me and Febreze are gone. It happens that quickly.
Well, you won't excuse me, you won't have to go too long without Earl feigning.
Scotty, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies.
Yeah.
I know who the Midnight Rider is.
Who's that?
It is a grown-up Kenny Allen.
Kenny Allen back as the Midnight Rider.
A lot of speculation on who this masked man is who's producing our show now, the Midnight Rider.
The Midnight Rider is the Midnight Rider. Like when Jesus said, I am who am.
Huh?
Jesus, at one point in the Bible, said, I am who am.
That's Popeye said, I am who I am.
Well, yeah. They both had good arm strength.
True.
I don't think that was Jesus that said that. I think it was God who said it to Moses.
I'm thinking you're both wrong. It's Popeye. Did he eat spinach? Because if he did, it's Popeye.
No, I don't believe there was any spinach being eaten.
Hey, it's our buddy Hard Rock Johnny.
Hello, boys.
Johnny.
How are you?
Good.
I think your other producer should be the Dirty Yellow Dog if he got the Midnight Rider. And I always thought that the Midnight Rider was from Dos Diablos, Texas.
I want to tell you something right now. This may be the best producer we've ever had.
I think so, and he's only been here for basically half the show.
Yeah.
I love him.
Yeah.
I love him already.
He's the best we've ever had.
Absolutely.
Sapphire's even going to start and be better, right, Sapphire?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
It took you no time to fall into your new character. What are you eating over there, Sapphire?
I'm having a Tums, that's all.
Oh, my God.
Tum sandwich.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're definitely going to do that in the future.
Sapphire, did you learn nothing about grooving and moving and being funky like a monkey with me? Enough with the Tums. Enough with the depressing behavior. Look to the stars, Sapphire. Dream your dreams away.
I like just having a motivational speaker in here.
It is nice.
The Midnight Rider's done a lot of research on it.
Yeah, yes.
All right, boys. See you.
Through an entire DVD deck.
Yeah, it's like he went through a whole 3 DVD set.
Maybe tonight you'll take on the human suplex machine. Hey, Bobo.
Hiya, buddies.
Hey, pal.
Hey, congrats on the new producer.
Who's got you upset now, Bobo?
I'm sorry?
Oh, this is that part of the show where Ron says, I got an email.
Not from me, you didn't.
Bobo's upset.
No, I'm not.
He thinks that you're going to hurt Jen and throw his painting away.
I do have a question. How did Foghorn Leghorn steal Paranoid's trademark mask? Did he hurt him?
If he's talking about the
Midnight Rider,
the Rider, I don't know.
That's for you, Rider.
Well, that's no Foghorn Leghorn.
That's your name? I'm sorry.
This has been the Rider's mask since 1973. The Rider. And he's got one more silver dollar, baby.
Can you make change?
I got run.
4 quarters.
One thing the Rider doesn't like, Bobo Daddy, is sarcasm.
Rider's down to 50 cents.
50 cent.
Catch me, no, I ain't gonna let them catch the midnight.
We got some emails. Why aren't you playing the Allman Brothers version? Fez, you said this was the version the Rider always used.
The Midnight Rider always used the Willie Nelson version of this song.
Probably cost less.
When he produced in Florida and the Mid-Atlantic region.
I was going to say enough with the past tense Fezzy W. The Midnight Rider uses the Willie Nelson version.
Sure. Sean, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies.
Yeah.
Hey, is there any way at all that Don the Hypnotist can hypnotize your new producer into showing a little more respect towards Earl than the last guy?
Well, Sapphire and Midnight Rider are going to be a team. I honestly believe that.
That's good to hear, buddies. I appreciate it.
If anything, it seems like the Rider's just trying to pick them up every time you turn around.
I've got nothing but a twinkle in my eye and a sparkle in my heart for Sapphire. We're going to be as one, baby.
No, that sounds a little homoerotic there, Ryder.
Little? It's a lot of. Just take it. Take it like a bitch.
Don the Hypnotist will be in studio on Friday on the Ron and Fez show. You can check out his website at hypnotictouch.com.
Earl, you can ask any of the O&A guys if they want to be hypnotized. But until this whole water thing is over, I don't like using the listeners for anything right now. 10 people get fired over a water drinking contest. Boy, how quick the company will fucking cut you loose. Every single time.
Oh, instantly. I'm surprised it took that long.
Yeah.
And only 10.
And that day, I'm sure they're like, we heard it sounded great. It sounded great, man. Way to go.
And they're like, the sponsors loved it, man.
Everything but things killing. The second it's fucking over, the GM, who's supposed to be in charge of everything, he gets to fire everybody.
Probably saying Nintendo was so happy with this. A 49-year-old criminal defense attorney in Philly arrested when he was found naked with a 14-year-old girl in a courthouse conference room.
Somebody walked in on him, right?
Yeah.
I bet you saw a hard-on disappearing quicker than in fucking any time in history. Because you're sitting there in the courthouse already.
Right.
You're fucking naked. 14-year-old goddaughter.
Really?
Yeah, he's chasing around the fucking desk.
So there's a relationship there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a way to really lose the mood.
You can't find any place other than the courthouse? I mean, I understand.
That's your problem with this story? Not that he's molesting a 14-year-old girl, but that it's in the courthouse?
Well, that part's bad, too, but just the blatantness of it.
He's the lawyer. That's when it's him at work.
Yeah, and I guess the place was closed for, like, MLK Day.
Peter, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies.
Hey.
I just wanted to say that I'm so glad, Ronnie, you finally got a producer that can hold an accent for more than a sentence.
It's so far so good with the writer.
See you, buddies.
Ronnie's not putting on an accent. The rest of y'all sound like you have an accent to me. A little northern for my taste, but that's all right, because the Rye believes in everybody in America.
Is that right, Ryder?
That's what Rye believes, yeah.
You like down south, out west?
Everywhere, even Hawaii.
The Midnight Rider, you can get on a plane with that mask?
I can do that, yeah. In this day and age. Well, I have my own private jet, Ronnie B.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Since you're down to your last silver dollar.
Well, now we know what he spent it all on.
Well, those things are expensive.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
That's a lot of silver dollars.
They're dear. They're absolutely dear. Let me go over here to Kevin. Kevin's got a good question for the Midnight Rider. Go ahead, Kevin. You're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, hey, I want to see just how tough the Midnight Rider is. Do you think you could hook him up with Master Poe and let's see some really smackdown happen?
All right, thank you very much. So that Rider sounded like you called from the other room.
I've seen Master Poe before, and I believe he would be an easy pin to muster. Yes, the Rider could take Master Poe in less than a couple minutes.
Hey, Rich, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, Ronnie, worst bit ever. Who thought of this, and then who thought it was a good idea and it was going to be funny?
Rich, this show was so awful, this is nowhere close to the worst bit ever.
Well,
it's not even the worst bit today. That's how bad this show is.
Okay.
All right, talk to you later. Hey, one thing, you can never say anything's the worst with us around here, because there's always 5 minutes from now what we come up with.
Well, we'll see what we can top ourselves with later in the week.
Bottom ourselves.
Oh, yeah.
Here's Joe. Joe, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, I wanted to know, is the Midnight Rider Earl's mother?
Yeah, Earl, is it?
No, it is not my mama.
Is it Sapphire Senior?
No, it is not Sapphire Senior.
What's your mom's name, Lucretia?
No, her name is Dorothy. She's
Really?
a lovely woman. Great cook.
Dandridge. Rumors going around that Britney Spears is pregnant yet again.
With who is the father this time?
I believe this is still a Federline baby.
Well, didn't everybody say she looked a little beefy?
Yeah, and they're, like, concerned because it's like she really hasn't taken off that pregnancy weight. People, the sources that are being quoted for these stories are saying people around her are, like, saying, this is exactly what she looks like when she gets pregnant. You know, she's been pregnant so much, they can tell.
She doesn't ever get to stop breastfeeding. Now, normally, while you're breastfeeding, you don't get pregnant again. I don't know whether you knew that or not.
No, I did not know that.
Yeah, I don't know what the whole gimmick is, but as you keep breastfeeding, it's like taking the pill.
I'm trying to think of when she got pregnant with the second one. It was like 6 months after the first one was born.
Irish twins is what they like to call it, Fez.
Yeah, and the second one now, I think, is 4 months old, and she's supposedly pregnant one more time. She is so fertile, this girl.
Yeah. Fucking Napa Valley.
I don't think there's ever going to be a comeback. She's just not going to stop having kids.
In fact, she wasn't good the first time. How could she have a comeback? The only reason why she was big the first time is she was underage and bangable. Now, she's overage and not bangable. What is the comeback going to be with that?
It may have to be some sort of Vegas scene where she comes back.
Even then, who's going to go and to see her in Vegas?
Maybe some of the little girls, 10 years ago that have grown up now. Well, it'll be like a nostalgia act for them.
Believe me, she won't be playing the big room. I know that you think a lot of 23-year-old girls are out in Vegas wanting to shell out $100 a show, but I don't think it's happening.
Bad behavior for Britney. She should invest in rubbers and the pill. And get back into shape, Britney.
Normally, it's the breastfeeding that keeps you going.
So maybe she stopped that.
Is your sister breastfeeding, Fez, your sister-in-law?
Oh, no, my sister-in-law. No, she does not breastfeed. She's got a new baby. She didn't breastfeed the first one, but she faked that she did in the hospital.
What'd she do?
she had her mother sneak in little bottles of formula for the last baby that was born. And then anytime the nurse came by, she would just tell the nurse, yeah, the baby was nursing, and she nursed, for this long or this many ounces or whatever. She said that she just didn't want to have to deal with the nurses looking down on her for not wanting to be a breastfeeding mom.
Why didn't she want to breastfeed?
She says she likes to have a drink or two every once and again, and she didn't want that in her. She didn't want feeding the baby.
She, like a Florida alcoholic, is picking whiskey over giving the child the right start in life.
Yeah, there's just something about breastfeeding that has never appealed to her with either kid.
You just gave out the reason.
Yeah.
She can't fucking put down the Boone's Farm.
So she says she just gets looked down so badly by the hospital staff.
She's being looked down on me right now that she has picked the bottle over that baby.
That she does not want to breastfeed. And I didn't know if that was true or not. If, the nurses try to encourage you to breastfeed or if they just ask you.
Of course they want you to. Any psychology book you'll ever read says it's better to breastfeed. I didn't breastfeed. Look at me. I'm like a fucking maniac right now. I can't be loved enough no matter what happens. John, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies.
Hey.
Yeah, my wife and I, we just had our first baby, and all the doctors are telling us there that even though she is breastfeeding, this is like the easiest time ever to get pregnant, so it is entirely possible to get pregnant while your wife's still breastfeeding.
Oh, it's easier. Oh, I came so close with that. I knew it had something to do. All
right, this is not a birth control method.
I always heard it was just the opposite. All right, so it's easier to get pregnant. Hey, Sam, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, you guys are talking about Britney Spears. Maybe she's having all the kids to build up a fan base.
Maybe she is. Hey, Fezzy, I'm looking out look at the fans who are now gathering for the Midnight Rider.
Oh, there's Midnight Rider 316 posters out there.
This one I like. This one's Fire Sapphire and Higher Sensational Solera, which would be very nice for you.
Midnight Rider would love that.
Yeah.
Midnight Rider, I've seen a couple pictures of her on the way in here today.
All right, that's it for us. We'll see you guys tomorrow after O&A.
That's the end of my show. Donk.
Sure.
I love to watch things on TV. Satellite of love. Satellite of love. Satellite of love. Satellite of. I've been told that you've been bold with Harry, Mark, and John. Monday and Tuesday, Wednesday through Thursday with Harry, Mark, and John. Satellites gone up to the skies. Things like that drive me out of my mind. Watched it for a little while. I love to watch things on TV. Satellite of love. Satellite of love. Satellite of love. Satellite of. Satellite of love. Satellite of love. Satellite of love.
Ron, Fez,
Pennington, Fez Wadley, The Ron and Fez Show. XM 202.